Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the iRhythm Fantasy Studios. I'm Jamie. That's Eli. We're finally live. Been waiting for him for most of the night, but hey, we are finally here. So welcome in to the Draft Bozo party, everybody.
Draft night, baby!
There,
Yeah!
oh, there goes some eardrums.
Anybody that's tuning in, man, we appreciate it. 2024 draft. I literally just checked into my hotel probably half hour ago or 40 minutes ago or so. Got basically set the luggage in the room and got in the vehicle that I borrow when I'm up here for work and came over to Jamie's and we got set up for the stream here and still got my work shirt, Twisted Tea whiskey, baby. Some pretty good shit. Go by your local gas station or liquor store and get you some. We'll give you some thoughts on, the first 5 picks, I guess 6 picks. Giants just took Malik Neighbors. Oh,
Yeah.
what? Oh,
oh yeah. So the first couple picks we had here, we had Caleb Williams go off the board. Jaden Daniels next, and then Drake Mays after that. And then we had Joe Alt. And then the Cardinals picked
Marv?
We'll call him Marv the Martian.
Marv the Martian? Marv the Martian Harrison to the Arizona Cardinals. It's pretty much, I would say so far, man, it's gone how we thought it would. Just, if you've followed any of the, the big networks, that's kind of how they projected it. Obviously, Caleb was going to go to the Bears. I mean, that's been a done deal for a couple months. Jaden Daniels to the Commanders. Him and Drake May were kind of interchangeable in my opinion. I hate to say it, I wouldn't have said it a couple years ago, but I like the Commanders setup. Cliff Kingsbury being the OC. I don't like Cliff Kingsbury as my head coach, but being the play caller, I like that a lot. So I think Jaden Daniels, he's going to be working with some weapons. Brian Robinson Jr., the running back. Obviously Terry McLaurin. So they got a few weapons for him.
Yeah,
maybe draft a tight end in the second round.
Yeah, let's see here. They got they have Jameson Crowder, who's been around the league for a long time.
He's been passed around more than Lisa Ann.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Brazers, baby.
We have Terry McLaurin. So we have Terry McLaurin, Johan Dotson, Diami Brown, who's been kind of a middleman here. And I think it is an upgrade because if they got rid of Sam Howell, who he actually went to Seattle, which might be all right, but they brought in Marcus Mariota, who was probably going to be their starter at the beginning of this year, but now they have Jaden Daniels. So Marcus Mariota is I can see right now, especially for in Dynasty, he just more likely be like a just kind of a backup to most everything right now. And Mike VA, thank you for joining us. What are your thoughts so far?
What's up, guys? Yeah, it's been pretty predictable for the first 3 picks, in my opinion. With the Commanders going Daniels. I know a lot of people were thinking they'd go McCarthy there, at least in the DMV area. I think there's been some rumors with that. Drake May going 3 was a good pick. I thought it was interesting. I thought Malik Neighbors is the best receiver in this year's class. I thought he would go over Marvin Harrison, but I get also taking him at 4 too. So going from number 4 and number 6 pick and getting those guys, I think that made a lot of sense. And it also made a lot of sense to get that tackle for the Joe Alt for the Chargers. So I think the Titans here, I think they're going to go for Shanu because I think they wanted Alt, but I'd be interested to hear what you guys think too.
Yeah. I think Neighbors and Harrison are kind of both interchangeable, but Neighbors is more kind of more like your DK Metcalf, that big bulk guy that you really need for like a number one guy more than likely. And I was hoping maybe Neighbors would have landed with the Titans, but it would have been like almost like a three-headed monster. I would have thought, with them,
Yeah.
with D Hop and Ridley and all those. So I would have thought that would have been a great fit to actually for Willis to actually have good for Willis to actually have pretty much a good wide receiver core, and that's what you want to build around, especially when you're with the Titans, kind of rebuilding and going with Willis here, getting rid of Tannehill and stuff like that,
Yeah. I'd be shocked if the Titans didn't take Shanu here from Penn State or trade out of this pick. But I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you think the Titans do here, or what should they do here?
Well, if their offensive line wasn't that great, I think they should. I think they should actually, do some offensive stuff so they can actually, keep Willis from actually getting a lot of sacks. Because I don't know how much sacks they were actually giving up.
Yeah.
The offensive line was horrible. Let me pull up their team stuff here quick.
Yeah, I mean, I always love Mike's analysis. Jamie kind of gave his 2 cents too. I thought Neighbors was going to fall. I thought the Giants were going to trade up and go and get Drake May. So that kind of, fell through on my end. ESPN and these other places were right. I was wrong. But I thought, that somehow Neighbors would fall and the Titans would have a three-headed monster. And so now I'm kind of like, I would trade down. I mean, they need bodies. I mean,
They do.
let's just be honest here. They need bodies. I think it's too soon to take Brock Bowers. If they were looking for a skill position guy, I think it's too soon to take him.
That's not a bad pick too. I would not be surprised if they took Brock Bowers here either.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the tight ends that they were lacking, especially if you're in like in a deeper league, they actually had can't remember his name, Okonkwo, as their kind of their main tight end. He kind of started coming in there just a little bit last year, kind of showing some spurts last year, so it probably wouldn't be a bad fit for them for an upgrade, because then the tight end position would be totally covered, and I think the Titans offense would totally look way different coming into this year.
I know they wanted, like I said, I know that, I mean, even from the telecast and all the mock drafts that I saw too, everything I saw Tennessee taking a tackle. And they got to protect Levis, in my opinion. So, like I said, I don't know, man. I think you got to go for Shanu here. They have it up on the screen now. Dunze from Washington too. Maybe they take a receiver here. If you guys talk about the three-headed monster, maybe they take him here.
I was the only downfall is I think that I had another friend or another fellow message me last night. He's like, "What do you think of the Titans?" And I'm like, "Well, I think they actually should get rid of Traylon Burks. He was kind of like more like a first round bust to me. He hasn't really played a lot. We haven't really seen a lot from him. So my thoughts myself is actually, hey, let's just get, see if we can get some compensations back from, Traylon Burks, even though he was kind of wishy-washy, and then, maybe they can pick up some more guys." So Will Levis was actually sacked 28 times here this year. Tannehill, before Will Levis actually got taken over, he was sacked 32 times. So I think they should actually. Yeah, I think they should.
They took him, J.C. Latham from Alabama.
Oh. Well, you're just a little bit ahead of us, just a little bit.
Yeah.
we got that South Dakota leg going on here.
Got it.
I was gonna say with Traylon Burks, because you both know I think he's trash. There's a bus going from I heard there's a bus going from Nashville to Fayetteville that'll take him back to college. That's where he belongs. It's the last time he was productive or good. So yeah, Jamie was right. He's trash. I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans took, maybe like we like Malik Washington a lot from Virginia. Maybe take him in the third round. I think he'd be, you can still kind of get your third receiver that way too, because he's a little bit different than Ridley and D Hop. So, but yeah, I like the pick here. It's like with the Chargers, it's kind of predictable, I guess, but not a sexy pick, but nonetheless, you got to protect Will Levis. I mean, you got to give Will every opportunity to succeed. because like we said with these rookie deals now, it's like, hey, you basically got 2 years. Your rookie year kind of like even Bryce Young is going to get okay. We'll wash that. 2024. Man, if you're productive, you show some signs of improvement. We win maybe 6-7 games. Maybe 23, 25 touchdowns. Okay, we're headed the right direction. But you shit the bed again. Carolina will be taking a quarterback. Tennessee will be taking a quarterback. If Levis shits the bed, especially having a focused, healthy Calvin Ridley. So, but yeah, no, this kid he was good at Alabama. I mean Latham.
Yeah.
So I mean it's a solid pick.
Let's see. Traylon Burks here actually only put up 444 yards, and then last year he only put up 221 yards total. So I mean he hasn't really like produced like what maybe they thought he was going to do.
He's Quentin Johnston. He's 2022's Quentin Johnston is who he is.
That's horrible. So, Mike, I know you're a Ravens fan. Is there anybody that you would like that the Ravens should take?
Honestly, guys, I got to be honest with you. I haven't done a whole lot to see who's even going to be around us. I'm like Govier too. That I'm not a big fan of mock draft season because everything just goes to shit. Usually I'm used to the Ravens picking like in the middle tier rounds. Like the 16, 17, 18. But now that because we were so good last year and going to be picking later in the first. In terms of just positional need, because we lost Patrick Queen, I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a linebacker. We always address the defense in the first round. Wouldn't be surprised if we drafted, actually, it's going to be a edge rusher or a linebacker. I think those are the two picks that we go for, but it also depends on who's left. I wouldn't actually be surprised if we traded out of that, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna do something different there, Mike. I'm gonna have you guys trading up. I think you guys should go get. Yeah, I think you guys should go get Chop Robinson from Penn State.
Oh, I wouldn't hate that at all.
I think he'd fit in great with you guys, man. And where you're at, Ravens got a bunch of draft capital. I mean, they're fine if they give away a 3rd round pick or something. You basically get those comped anyways from free agents mostly, So
right.
I could see something like that, yeah, because or Cooper DeJean, the corner from Iowa, he might still be there if you want to go
pick.
corner.
Yeah, I love that pick. We need corner too, so.
Yeah, I was just going to take a look here and see. So
I don't mind that at all.
So you guys are drafting 30th overall for sure. Yeah, I was just looking here to see, and I think the Falcons just took Michael Penix Jr.
What? At 6? Even with Cousins?
What?
Yep.
You see why I'm happy as a Bucs fan. You see why? You see this? See what he'll get down a little bit. You see that there? You see why I'm a happy boy, Mike?
Oh, jeez, Louise.
They needed a pass rusher. They've got every skill. They've got every skill position known to man. But you just signed Kirk Cousins to a the guaranteed money is pretty much 2 years, but you sign him to pretty much a 4-year monster deal. What are you doing? Why? I would understand taking Spencer Rattler, Michael Pratt, maybe a 3rd, 4th round quarterback, and a developmental guy, just a solid backup kind of. What you don't take Michael Penix there? What the hell is wrong with these guys?
With the Bears pick, with the Bears picking at 9, it almost has to be the receiver from Washington, right? It has to be him, right? at number 9, like Chicago's got to take them.
Yeah, and the Bears are laughing.
Oh
my God, yeah. The Bears are like, yeah, we got Caleb Williams, we got Roma Dunze, we got DJ
Keenan
Moore,
Allen.
Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet's a really good tight end. Gerald Everett's solid. Gerald Everett as the 2 tight end is solid. Yeah, Bears are laughing. Like what Falcon? Yeah, this is the head scratcher. The first 7 picks. I mean, you can justify tackles and these teams needed quarterbacks. New England needed a quarterback. Arizona needed some more weapons for Kyler Murray. But I don't know. Anybody watching the stream, if you have comments on this, if you're our good friend Anthony, Anthony lives out in Vegas, but he's a big Falcons fan. Anthony, if you're watching, if you want to chime in here, I mean, this, yeah, of course, Penix is happy. He's just, he's fist pumping away. He's like, yeah, you ain't going to see the field unless Kirk Cousins gets hurt, which he normally doesn't. Last year was kind of an aberration.
Yeah,
he's only 36 years old. I mean, what are you doing?
I really don't.
They'll have the best backup in the league now, Mike. I mean,
right. I don't understand this pick at all because, especially within the first 10 picks, or in the first round, you address team need. The Falcons don't need quarterback right now.
No!
Like you said, they need an edge rusher.
Yes,
desperately. Who's the kid from Missouri? They should have taken him.
I think he's a D tackle. The kid from Missouri.
D tackle, yeah.
So pretty much,
or the kid from UCLA.
That's what I meant.
He's got
Latu late too.
Yeah. Like you could justify any pass rusher. I mean, at 8, even if you reached a little bit, you could justify because that was a team need. But taking Michael Penix when you just signed Kirk Cousins, I mean, Kirk Cousins when he's healthy and on is probably the 10th best quarterback in the league. Fantasy and legit. You're not going to be benching Kirk Cousins is going to fall off a cliff. Okay, no. You ain't benching Kirk Cousins. I mean, it would be a couple years before they'd even think about doing something like that. And just Falcons being Falcons.
Yeah, that is kind of dumb because I was looking at the roster here. They have Rondale Moore, Darnell Mooney, who actually came from the Bears, Ray McLeod, he's a Niner. Austin Mack, Drake London. None of these guys are appealing to me. And how are we going to trust Drake London? I mean, is he finally going to step up to the expectations of where Atlanta actually drafted him?
I would have taken a Dinze here at 8, even if I wasn't going to take somebody on the defensive side of the ball. I know they got Pitts and I know they got London and Bijan and things like that, but you got to put weapons around Cousins as well. I would think, at least. This is going to be the head scratcher of the first round, hands down.
Absolutely, absolutely, Mike. You remember, was it 2011 or 2012? I remember when I forget what year, but it was like 2011, 2012 when they took Julio Jones, and they still had Roddy White. So you basically teamed up a 1 with a 1A at that time. Roddy White was still really productive receiver at that point.
Yep.
You could, like you were saying with Rome Odunze, you could have justified it because Drake London's good, he's not great.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
So Rome Odunze would have stepped in and been the number 1, and then you got a really good number 2 in Drake London. Especially having Kirk Cousins there, that would up Drake London. It would up Kyle Pitts.
Yep.
So he's not a bust anymore. Or goes back to his rookie year. You got Bijan. I mean, Algier. That would have made more sense. Obviously, you wanted a pass rusher. It would have made more sense with a receiver. But this is just head scratching.
Head scratcher.
And you know what? You know how we celebrate here. We celebrate with head scratchers. You want to show that off, Jay?
No, not really. I mean, if you're a tequila lover like us, Trey's is the best way to go. They're not a sponsor or anything like that, but if you're into alcohol and
tequila, let's pour a couple shots in honor of the Falcons.
I was gonna say pour a couple out there.
Yeah. So I want to Dom here. He says the fact that Rome gets to play with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore to learn is amazing, even if he doesn't even touch the ball a ton. He will see his share and learn so much. I mean, it is crazy to think about that. I mean they don't really. I mean, they have Tyler Heineke behind there. I mean, he's old too. I mean, he's been around for 10 years too as well. And I mean, he's a decent backup. But
if you could hear me, Heineke's a good backup. I'm pouring a shot here. Sorry, Heineke's a good backup. You didn't need Michael Penix. Yeah.
What do you do with Heineke now? Because you roll in the season with 3 quarterbacks.
Mike. Mike, they took him. They
oh my!
It's a great day. It's a great day in Chicago. They haven't been this excited since Mike Ditka.
Looks like the Jets just traded their pick at number 10 to the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh,
So it looks like JJ McCarthy's going to be taken here at 10.
Oh.
so that
Ooh.
now the fact that there's a almost a three-headed monster with the Bears, do you do any dynasty at all, Mike, at all, or?
I do. I'm in actually a dynasty league with a couple of buddies of mine. We just started it last year though.
Yeah. So, do you guys doing like the little rookie drafts at all?
Yeah, we will be. Yeah, this coming year. Yeah.
Is it a 4-round, 5-round at all, or?
We haven't decided yet. I imagine
You haven't decided?
it'll probably be 5. We have deep rosters, so.
Okay. So, with Rome actually going to the Bears, just saying you're in the first couple early picks here. Do you think you're actually going to take Rome early in your first round, even though that you got Keenan Allen and DJ Moore there?
Absolutely. Keenan Allen's been known to have plenty of injuries over his career. You don't make this pick at number 9. And it's clear they want.
Cheers, Mike.
They want to. Yeah, they want to. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Kudos to you guys. It's clear when you take a guy at number 9, especially with the talent of Dunze, and you can make a case that he is the 1C to the 1A to 1B of the other guys that went before him in Neighbors and Harrison. Seeing 3 receivers go in the first 9 picks is insane. So I think they're going to. Anytime you have a 3-headed monster, there's only one football to go around, and all these guys. It's going to be interesting to see how this works, honestly, because they all want the football, right? Like DJ Moore and Keenan Allen are big personalities. Dunze's obviously going to probably be third in his pecking order, unfortunately. But in dynasty formats, yeah, I would say by year 2 or year 3, he could have an impact. I don't know if he comes right out of the gate, but noting that Keenan Allen's always hurt and a little longer in the tooth now, this makes a lot of sense for the Bears to keep Caleb Williams happy and for the fan base, because we all know the big mess up they made with not drafting Pat Mahomes now. So to get the fan base energized, they had to take playmakers. They had to take skill position players like a Dunze, like Caleb Williams, right? I wouldn't be surprised if their next pick is not like the best running back on the board or something along those lines. They need offense in Chicago. So,
and why not? Let's double down on the skill position. Let's go get Blake Corum. Let's go get the local Michigan running back. Let's go. Let's go, as the Vikings would say. Let's go.
Exactly. There you go.
But with the Bears, I compare it a lot to what Seattle had last year. With JSN, kind of
great point.
Yeah, JSN was a top guy coming out of Ohio State, and he took us kind of a side role to Lockett and DK last year. Lockett was kind of in that Keenan Allen position, the veteran receiver who maybe has a year or 2 left of productivity. So that's kind of a good comp. Like if you're a Bears fan, hey, Seattle made it work, and now I think JSN, if you had him, it shares him in Dynasty. I think years 2 and 3, he's really going to peak, because I think he targets should go up. Obviously, it would help if they had a better quarterback than Geno Smith, obviously in Seattle. But with the Bears, and Caleb, we know Caleb's he's a big personality, and he's excuse me, he's a demanding guy.
Yep.
So, I mean, keep him happy. Hey, let's keep rolling in the studs. We got DJ under contract, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze. Let's go get Blake Corum. I mean, let's just double down. We'll worry about the trenches, maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th round. Go get a few defensive players and kind of piece it together, because that's Eberflus's, the coach. That's his specialty, right? So it's like, dude, if you want to stay the coach of this team, because now the expectations have gone through the roof. You want to stay the coach of this team, you better be allowing like 19 points a game. You better take care of your side of the ball, because we're going to be running and gunning here.
He's got so many weapons now, and another guy that we haven't mentioned yet, Cole Kmet. as a tight end too. So that's a safety blanket for Caleb as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this target share plays out going into the year, especially in dynasty formats. I still think Adunze is probably third, exactly how it is in this pecking order. Much rather have Harrison and Neighbors. I think both those guys will be immediate fantasy players, even in redraft formats, going into this year. Now, Giants obviously is going to be a little bit different. They need to address the offensive line and get Daniel Jones some help to be able to throw the football.
Yeah,
I'd love
that
I'd love the comp that they made to Jamar Chase. I know they both went to LSU, and that's not the reason why I like the comp, but they're very similar players. And I believe it was Booger McFarland who said Neighbors is Jamar Chase but faster. That's crazy to me. So
I mean, I know,
go ahead.
I know we didn't do like a really. I mean, we didn't really. I don't think did we. Oh, we kind of did a spotlight on Neighbors, but it was
we did do a spotlight on Neighbors, but this was before the hype train. I mean, he was.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy had a great statistical season. Obviously, he played at a high level program. I mean, everybody saw LSU or at least a couple of their games this year, even if they weren't it wasn't like a typical LSU 10-11 win season or anything, but everybody saw their games with Jaden Daniels and Malik and those guys down there. Brian Thomas Jr. He'll probably get taken in the first round here too. The other receivers. So everybody saw the tape on that. But yeah, Neighbors, and I was kind of thinking that too. We didn't go there with our comp though. Like we didn't go with the Jamar Chase because that was it's too easy because all these guys are like, you know what I mean? They're all similar size. I mean, OBJ, Jamar Chase. I think the only weird guy was DJ Chark, and we see what he's done in the NFL. So I mean, most of these guys are around 6 foot. They're all quick. They can all jump. They can all high point the ball. They all got they run like 4.4, 4.35s. They're. I mean, these are the elite of the elite. I mean, that's receiver down at LSU. So, but yeah, we didn't go there with Chase, but I get why people would think that. And I think I worry because, Jamar Chase had a second year healthy Joe Burrow and go, after that, rookie season where Burrow was hurt, we didn't know how good he'd be or wouldn't be. And, I mean, it was guns blazing his second year. I mean, literally, Joe Cool there, but I don't believe in Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones. We had a saying on our old show we did. We mocked Daniel Jones. I think the Giants. You know what they should have done? They should have traded back up into the first round and did what the Vikings did here and taken JJ McCarthy is what they should have done, because now they're stuck with this scrub because five quarterbacks are off the board. Five. I mean, let's. That's crazy. You were saying 3 receivers off the board in the top 9, 5 off in the top 10.
So that's crazy.
The Giants didn't take a single one of them. They're stuck with a bad contract with Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito.
I heard they actually released Tommy DeVito.
What?
Yeah, they did.
No.
Yeah.
You can't. What?
Yeah, I saw that.
Tommy Cutlets, you can't release him.
They did. I was like, what?
That was the most exciting thing that happened to the Giants all season was Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, yeah, more than likely.
I tuned into that Packers and Giants game just to see Tommy.
Yep.
I mean, that was the story of the year. I mean, that team was trash, but God damn it, for a couple of weeks there, I mean, we were all invested in this guy, and it was a good story. But you do think they did that because they know the fan base prefers him over over Daniel Jones?
Of course, yeah. I think. Here's the thing, Tom Brady in his prime could be back there. It's not going to matter. They can't block worth a shit. Their offensive line is terrible. No. If I was the Giant, and I said this too because I cut to a couple of friends, my wife and my mother-in-law are Giants fans as well. Is they had, in my opinion, I mean, I get the Neighbors pick. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. They're not going to be in contenders this year, anyways, no matter who they took at that spot. So it doesn't really matter to begin with. But if you didn't take, like you said, you have a bad contract with Daniel Jones. If you're not taking a quarterback, I would have done whatever it took to jump in to grab a guy like Joe Alt.
Yeah.
If I'm the Giants, you have to address the offensive line, or the kid from Alabama or Fashanu or somebody along those lines. It was either, for me personally, if I'm the Giants, I would have been, all right, we're going with offensive tackle, and if it's not offensive tackle, we're going with one of the quarterbacks. We have to trade up to get one of those guys. And Malik Neighbors would have been third on my list, or a receiver would have been third on my list. So
absolutely, because I mean, you see the last few years. I mean, Sterling Shepard. I mean, he had trouble staying on the field, but in Slayton and kind of their various
Wandale Robinson.
Wandale Robinson. They're two-ish bordering on three receiver threes. Yeah. Like they were productive in spurts, but it's like, what chance do you have with that offensive line? And Daniel Jones wasn't the best to begin with. I mean, he's gonna get killed. Like I wouldn't have taken Malik Neighbors either. I know he's gonna sell some jerseys. I know he's gonna generate some buzz because the guy's an absolute stud. But I don't think he's gonna be maximized with the. He would have been better off, obviously, with the Titans or even the Cardinals if the Cardinals had decided to take him over Marv. I just think it's a bad spot for Malik, and I think it puts the Giants in an even worse spot because Daniel Jones is trash. I know he had a couple years ago they went to the playoffs and he had 15 touchdowns, 15 passing touchdowns. He had some rushing touchdowns too. But
but they made that I think during one of the Monday Night Football games, and they showed it up on the big screen or on the side screen there when they had it on television. He was the most rushed quarterback, and he literally has the least amount of time to throw out of any quarterback in football. But watching your guy get just absolutely milled into the ground,
it's like they enjoy it.
All that money, giving all that money to a quote unquote franchise quarterback, and to continually. And remember, you guys remember that Dallas game where they sacked him 6 or 7 times in a row?
He was a pinch. Jamie's a Cowboys fan. He was like, get him again.
Right. How can you go into this season after watching tape from last season and say, and he got hurt because of it? How can you go into this draft thinking to yourself, you know what? Screw it. Let's just take another receiver. Outside of Michael Penix, I don't understand the pick for the Giants. I think they took the best available, and obviously he's going to be part of their future. Like I said, it doesn't matter who they drafted that pick. They weren't winning shit to begin with, especially in that division. But you start building pieces, obviously, through this draft and maybe next year and the year after, because that's probably what it's going to take for the Giants to be competitive again. No more Saquon Barkley.
No,
they're rebuilding. So, but I don't understand how you don't take an offensive tackle at that pick. I would have done whatever I could to jump in to grab all at 5, the kid from Alabama, whatever it may be. So this is just another Giants being Giants.
Exactly.
It's just a head
Falcons being Falcons. Giants be only difference the Giants have a bunch of hardware. They have a bunch of championships. I mean, the Giants are a train wreck. If they didn't have all the Super Bowls and all the NFL championships, I mean, they would be on. They'd be in where the Panthers and Patriots are at right now. Giants are a train wreck, doing garbage moves like this. And we love Malik Neighbors. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Malik Neighbors. He is going to be just fine. But you had other like Mike was saying there, and Jamie was saying you had other needs. So any Giants fans, I know we have a few comments there about McCarthy to the Pack or the Vikings. Which is, I think it's a great move at 10, and you didn't have to trade up for him. You didn't have to trade up for JJ McCarthy. There was talk that the Vikes would have to get up to 4, or 6, or somewhere in that range to get the. I'd say McCarthy probably is he a better prospect than Michael Penix? You guys, who would you guys rather? I know Penix's injury history and his age and stuff, but. Would you guys rather start your franchise with Michael Penix right now or JJ McCarthy?
It's honestly close for me. I would say, and this is the thing with McCarthy too. I really don't understand. I'm not an NFL draft scout or anything else like that, and it looks like the Jets just took Fashanu from Penn State, so good pick for them, especially to protect Aaron Rodgers. I love that pick.
Jets waking up. They didn't do anything dumb. I thought they'd take Brock Bowers. That's a very sensible move. Very unlike the Jets. I like it.
Just to comment on I mean, as much as I like Penix Jr., I don't like that he ended up with the Falcons. So I mean, who knows when, as far as dynasty, I mean, now it's just you could probably end up getting Penix in the second round or in a dynasty draft. Just the fact that he's not going to be seeing any playing time at all.
He's going to be
And-
He's going to be Jordan loved. I mean, if you guys are ready to wait a cut, I mean, it'll probably be his third year before he sees any playing time. Either he's going to be traded, or Kirk Cousins at that point, they'll be like, okay, Kirk's 38, he's washed. We paid him his guaranteed money. Time to move on.
But
Penix
like you alluded to, Penix is old and has an injury history as well. It doesn't address any team needs whatsoever. So
Mike, he'll be 20. 2026. I think he'll be 27 years old when the season starts.
That's crazy.
So you have a 27-year-old quarterback.
And
Basically,
Drake May's 20. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. As far as between those two, as far as both of them, I would actually probably take JJ. Even I didn't watch much of him, but if it did actually had to come to it for Dynasty League, and as far as my Dynasty League right now, I have Brock Purdy, and my sad part is I have Kenny Pickett as my second in a too cute it's kind of like super flex anyways. So I have Kenny Pickett, so I have to figure, and I have Dorian.
Jalen gets hurt though. I mean, you might see a couple. You might get a couple starts this year.
But I actually have to find somebody else in Dynasty. Kenny Pickett is going to be sitting on the bench, and I have Dorian Thompson, Thompson from UCLA, which is pretty much he's washed, not really washed, but I mean,
have you seen Deshaun Watson?
So
I don't know about that.
So now I guess I'm in pick 7. I have the 7th pick in the first round. So do I end up taking JJ? That actually is, or the fact that maybe do I want Rome? But I have Jamar Chase, Ridley, and so. So it all depends on, like, do I actually take
you might be set at receiver. I would take JJ McCarthy because we know what Kevin O'Connell can do. I mean, he even made who are those clowns the Vikings started after Cousins got hurt?
Nick Mullins.
He made Nick Mullins look good. I mean, Nick Mullins had like a 3-touchdown game. I forget against who, but he made him look decent. Hall,
right?
I'm thinking of the Viking, whatever his name, that 5th round kid they took. Hall. Yep. He wasn't great or anything, but I mean, Kevin O'Connell with an actual legit prospect with an actual top 10 pick. I'd much rather have him than
of course. And Justin Jefferson too, with
JJ and JJ Hawk, Jordan Addison.
Yep, he's got plenty of weapons around him right now. Younger, and not to mention too, they get Aaron Jones from Green Bay, so he'll have a running game there. Then a guy that he can check down to out of the backfield. But
Ty Chandler is as a back. I don't want Ty Chandler as my starter, but as a backup. Number 2, number 3 running back. I mean, that's some nice depth. They're probably going to draft somebody in the mid rounds, some running back.
Yeah, they will.
Maybe Braylon Allen from Wisconsin. Somebody along those lines, a big bruiser that can, get some tough yards and pick up some goal line touchdowns and stuff. But yeah, Vikes look good. I like the fact, not a Vikes fan or anything. Not talking them up here, but you didn't have to trade up for this pick. So
I think overall, they have Sam Darnold, and I think he'd be a good,
bridge guy.
Yeah, bridge guy or a coach for JJ. Even though Sam Darnold is kind of, he got traded with the Niners pick, the Niners here in the offseason here. But Jaron Hall, we saw what Jaron Hall did. He didn't. He came in, started, got sacked, got hurt. Tried to come in, got sacked, got hurt. So with them drafting Jaron Hall, it's kind of one of those things that they needed pretty much a franchise guy that needed to come in right away. So with Jaron, so JJ being there, I think that's a great fit for what they got. I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. Like I said, the fact, and you guys hit it on the head, the fact that you didn't have to really trade up that far to get him. They had to swap picks with the Jets. So I don't imagine it was that big of a haul to move up one spot to get that. I think it's a perfect fit for Minnesota to get JJ McCarthy. I would actually venture to say so far in this year's the picks that we've seen, that's one of the better picks that we've seen in this draft because they addressed the need. He's a guy that had a lot of end of draft or the end of their pro day. lot of buzz going into this late draft season. So who knows? Maybe he turns out to be a guy that because Washington was thinking about taking him at number 2. That was the big buzz around here. Was either Jaden Daniels or it was JJ McCarthy, and I was like, what? Where did all this come from?
It is. I was listening, I was kind of listening back there to, your guys' baseball pod there, I jumped in that day and,
Yeah.
I appreciate Gilvey jumping out there and, kind of plugging our channel there a little bit. And, and you and my, Gilvey are kind of on the same boat there. I mean, a lot of these mock drafts, I mean, they're not really useless. I mean,
it's content for the bigger networks.
It is.
I mean, it's a way to pay the bills to, for Stephen A, Skip, like all these guys to get their 2 cents in, Shannon, all these different pundits and stuff. Yeah, we all have the same opinion, and we reference them obviously because you have to, whether it be what Govier, what you guys do with baseball, our friend Donovan, what does with baseball, we do with football, do a basketball show. I mean, everybody references these mock drafts because we kind of have to, unless you have.
It's not really you don't have to. It's more like more of a.
Unless we're an insider. If we were more insiders, I mean, we're regular guys, but if we had like an inside to, one of these networks or something, I mean, it'd be easier to. But we reference some, but we think it's overdone.
I see it more as a conversational starter.
Yeah,
that's
water cooler talk. Like something
Exactly.
like, hey, Steve, you're a Vikes fan. Who you guys taking at 11? It's a conversation starter. What Jay was saying, water cooler talk.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Hey,
I know,
guys, real quick, Bo Nix to Denver, so another quarterback off the board here.
They took him too high.
Yeah,
well,
I'll be honest, man, like. I had him as the number 6 quarterback too. So I mean, we had him in the right spot. But he should have been like a mid to late round, first round guy. Let's just be honest. They
late round for me.
Yeah, Mike. They picked him up minimum 10 picks too high.
Oh,
minimum. This is Denver. This is Denver being Denver. We were talking about these, Mike. We were talking about these clowns on our stream last night that we were doing. We did one more college spotlight, and we were talking about the Broncos' new uniforms. They're trash. It's a stupid little like Z. I don't know what the hell they were going for. It's not even mountains. It's like a little Z looking thing. I mean, the front looks like the front looks like the Broncos. It's orange and like Bronco, navy blue or whatever. But it looks ridiculous. So the uniforms are bad. The team's going to be bad. They're gonna be starting Zach Wilson at quarterback or Jared Stidham.
They're gonna go Bo Nix. I think he's gonna start the season.
Bo Nix will start day one. We'll see how that goes.
Right.
He's.
But here's the thing. The Raiders pick at 13, and Aiden O'Connell. I don't know if it's the guy that they wanted there.
Yeah, they're gonna take
if the Broncos
Spencer Rattler going here.
Exactly. If the Broncos didn't go quarterback there, I would have bet my house with my mother in it that the Raiders would have selected Bo Nix.
Yeah, I think they would have. They would totally need some help. I mean, just backtrack here real quick because last night we talked about the Devon Vele from the Utah Utes here, and we were talking about just Denver and in general. We were looking at their wide receivers setup. Tim Patrick. He's had a lot.
Trash. Keep going.
He is. He had a lot of injuries. Marvin Mims. We don't know what he's gonna be.
Potential, but
little Jordan Humphreys. Philip Dorsett's been around for a long time.
Trash.
Honestly, they actually should take They should have taken a wide receiver here at this position.
Why not? Yeah.
Good
Mike, is Broncos being Broncos, like we were saying, Falcons being Falcons. These trash teams, and they were bailed out by Peyton Manning for a couple of years there. 10 years ago or so. Like
That's right.
they were bailed out, but they've been trashed since John Elway retired. If we're just being honest, the last 25 years they've been trashed.
The Russell Wilson trade.
Basically giving Russ away to the Steelers. At the very least, Russ is a backup to Justin Fields, which is not that's no knock on. Russ would be a solid backup for sure. So Steelers win that trade. But the Broncos here. Yeah, you Cortland Sutton Cortland Sutton is a questionable receiver one. I mean, I think he's more of a high end 2.
Yeah, agreed. He's not. Yeah, that's spot on. I wouldn't put him in the wide receiver 1 class on anybody's team for that matter. So
exactly?
He's a good physical guy in the red zone.
So, and I know they don't have much draft capital, so why not pull back?
Oh shit!
Let the Raiders. Hey, let the Raiders come up, even if it's a pick, because the Raiders are another dumb franchise that do dumb things. Why not have the Raiders come up a pick, take Bo Nix, and then Denver goes back, and then you consider other options. Okay, I mean, there's Brian Thomas Jr., who we've talked about from LSU, was there. There's a couple other. It might be too early to take Troy Franklin from Oregon, but I mean, there's other really good receivers there that are going to be starters in the NFL that you could have gone with, and it's just more mind-boggling stuff. Not as mind-boggling as Michael Penix to the Falcons, but still, it was way too early. 6 quarterbacks in the top 12. If anybody's watched the draft, just as a recap, 6 quarterbacks have been taken in the top 12, which is unheard of. But yeah, just Broncos being Broncos. Just Bo Nix should have been about the 25th pick.
Yeah. Brock Bowers to the Raiders, which is crazy.
Why? What is this? They just took Michael Mayer. They just took early 2nd round last year. They just took Michael Mayer. And Michael Mayer, he wasn't like Sam Laporta his rookie year and just tearing up the record books or anything. But I mean, he showed some flashes. I mean, most tight ends don't pop until year 2, 3, 4. So I don't know what they're doing, unless they're going to go with a two tight end set. I guess go with Bowers and Mayer or something. But
run like an Aaron Hernandez and Gronk.
Run the Aaron Hernandez Gronk offense from the like the 2010s Patriots.
Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta get going here, but I appreciate you guys having me on. This has been fun.
Man, you too. Enjoy chopping it up.
Absolutely.
Just to plug everybody, Mike VA is actually with the Plazo podcast. He's over there. He does that with Mike MJ over there. I think MJ, and then he's got Britt and Allen over there. So they have a good crew of guys over there. So if you guys are into, baseball season is actually on right now. So if you want to get over there to the Plazo podcast. Here we go. I don't know if anybody heard that. Probably not. Nope. I had the little
swing, batter, swing.
I had the little plug. I was gonna put, maybe on my thing. I probably didn't. I had the little plug for you guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So other than that, Mike VA over there on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. So if you guys are into baseball, go over there. Mike will actually help you guys out. If you guys have any roster decisions or anything like that, Mike VA will help you out with that. So go over and check out him. Give him a follow on Twitter, X, or whatever so go over there and give him a follow, guys.
Appreciate you guys, man. Enjoy the rest of the draft, and we'll have to do it again soon.
Yes, we will. Yeah. Hey, if you're up to, we do a preview. We're going to start a preview. So if you want to maybe jump in with one of these divisions, hey, let us know.
Keep me updated, guys. Yeah, I'd love to talk maybe some Ravens or something like that. It'd be cool.
Yeah, hell yeah, we're down. All right, Mike. You have a good night.
All right, guys. You too. Later.
Yep. See you, Mike.
Oh, all right, guys. It's just me and the Eli over here.
Got two. Gonna have to hang myself here after watching some of these damn picks. I hang myself.
So Jared here. He says Sam Laporta will make me pop this year. Well,
he made me pop last year in a different kind of way. I still got a bulge from Sam Laporta.
So let's kind of backtrack here. I know, like, in my mind here, I'm trying to think here. Do I kind of mentioned some of my fantasy, my team here a little bit. I kind of need a quarterback. I'm stuck at the seventh pick right now. So I'm kind of thinking, like, do I try to move up now? Since I wanted Rome. There's no question. I love Rome. I loved what he did with Washington. But even though I really don't need him, I got Chase. But I overall, I was like thinking, I'm like, well, I need a quarterback. But I was kind of hoping to see where Penix landed. I know I'm not going to get Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams. So now I'm like, well, do I actually try to get JJ in for my dynasty league, because Kenny Pickett is not going to do it for me. I have Purdy, but I know Pickett's not going to do it for me. So I'm kind of lagging in that kind of department. I was going to try to move up. I had a trade out there, but I really don't know what I was going to do.
I like JJ there. There's a couple different ways you could go with it. Because I liked your receivers.
Yeah, you can kind of see. Yeah.
Go down the list. Okay, we got Jamar Chase, Calvin Ridley. We're talking about his dynasty fantasy team here.
Yep.
Just as a reference. See some of the backs he's got. He's got Jahmyr Gibbs, Alvin Kamara. Kamara's at almost at the end of the rope. So,
Yeah.
but you're not going to take a running. I mean, there's nowhere near a first round
I got
rookie, running back or anything.
I got Brees Hall. I got Keaton Mitchell, who I love. I got some backups here.
Yeah,
I mean,
I love Keaton Mitchell as the backup there. Brees is gonna with Aaron Rodgers and some of the, they're fixing they just drafted the tackle. So I think Brees Hall is gonna have another breakout year. I'd go quarterback here because Pickett. And I was joking with Jay. Yeah, there's the X there. I was saying with 17 games now, and there's going to be an 18th coming. That's a given. It might be as soon as next year, for all we know. I don't trust Jalen Hurts, especially without with Jason Kelce retiring, the center. So that's going to hurt some of the armor, some of the offensive line. Eagles have had arguably one of the 2-3 best offensive lines in football the last couple of years. So that might not be the case anymore. So Jalen could get banged up. So I think Kenny Pickett found his role, being a backup on a good team that's got weapons. I think Pickett will serve well. I wouldn't be shocked if he started at least 2 games this year. But where Jay is, Jay needs him, to put up some points. So that's where his predicament is. And I don't trust him. I would trust JJ McCarthy more stepping in maybe halfway through the year. Like if the Vikes have a rough start, say I'm not sure when their bye week is, and in front of me, maybe Jay could pull that up. But
yeah.
I'm guessing somewhere, week 8, week 9, somewhere in there. The Vikes are, 1-5, 2-6, 2-5, somewhere in that range. I could see them pulling the plug on Sam Darnold and be like, hey, let's put the kid in.
That might be true too as well.
And then Jay, you get 8 or 9 starts from McCarthy where he's got weapons. I would argue the Vikings weapons are better than the Eagles weapons. I know the Eagles have Saquon. I know they have AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, but Jordan Addison's a stud. JJ's a stud. Hawkinson, I love Aaron Jones. So it's JJ's gonna be working with some guys here, and so if he plays half the year, that's better than whatever Kenny Pickett would be doing. So I know Roma Dunze's there, but like I said, you have 2 really good receivers. One, Jamar Chase is an absolute stud. So it's a tough place, but I think in the second round of his dynasty rookie draft, I think he could find another receiver. I think he could find a Troy Franklin. I think he'd probably still be there. So I think you go quarterback there. I think you take JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, for some odd reason, our my Facebook is not popping up here.
I feel like the blonde Mel Kiper here.
Yeah. So let me pop this up here quick. Let's see.
Oh, Saints are up.
So your brother is they wanted to know. So Eric, if you're actually listening, do you maybe want to jump over actually on YouTube, so we can actually see your comments if you can do that for us. Because I can't see the YouTube, or I can't see the Facebook comments because StreamYard's having issues. So if you want to jump over on the YouTube side, then we can actually read off your comments if you actually want to. But yeah, he mentioned they wanted another Michael Vick. It's kind of sad to actually see that, they were talking about this earlier, that, hey, what if the Falcons actually take another QB here? What's the whole fold of them actually taking another QB? Are they anticipating that, Cousins is going to get hurt? Can they not trust him after giving that big contract?
Yeah, it's. I'm trying not to be biased here. Obviously, we rep. Even he's repping the merch there. I love my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just saw what the Saints did there with a tackle, and that's another. It's a sensible pick. Oregon, the Oregon State tackle was a stud, so maybe a little early, but 14th pick, it makes sense. It's sensible, right? Jets tackle at 11, sensible. Vikes taking McCarthy at 10, sensible. Need a quarterback, and then what the hell do the Falcons do? I've been bashing the Falcons the last probably 30-40 minutes, man. It was a trash move. You hurt, and for fantasy owners, that's who we're worried about here. We're worried about you guys and us. You killed off any value Penix is going to have the next couple of years. You killed it off because unless Cousins goes down again with another ACL, he ain't coming out. Okay, because they're in win now mode. They've got skill position guys up the ass on rookie contracts. Really high end ones too. Bijan's a beast. Drake London is good. Kyle Pitts, hopefully with a better quarterback will be good as well. But and kind of get back to his rookie form. But it's a win now team, right? And they brought in Raheem Morris to be the head coach, and it doesn't make any sense. It's like you could have taken Roma Dunze. You could have taken a second receiver to even more firepower for Kirk. You could have gone with even Brock Bowers. Go with a damn second tight end. Even more firepower. I mean, you could have gone a bunch of different ways at 8, and they basically drafted a backup quarterback.
Yeah, and that's
when you had Taylor Heineke, who was a serviceable backup quarterback, a lot like not as good as Gardner Minshew, but in the same vein. Where a guy you could plug in for a couple weeks and you'll be okay. You might go 1-1 or something, and that's all Kirk would miss. I don't see, unless it's a season-ending injury, Kirk ain't coming out. You wasted the 8th overall pick. This wasn't like a 3rd round pick on Michael Pratt, where you're like, okay, well, we'll kick the tires, we'll see what happens. Terrible pick. Falcons should be raked over the coals for this.
They should be. It's just, to me, it's just dumbfounding. I just don't see the purpose of them, with them having Heineke as a reliable backup. He doesn't play a lot. He's not hit, he might play 1 or 2 games in this situation. I mean, unless they're going to try to trade him. I mean, why have 3 quarterbacks? I mean, honestly, they actually should have got another wide receiver, or trade off a piece or something along those lines to actually upgrade their offense.
Or better yet, go get a pass rusher. And all these pass rushers. I mean, there was the kid from Alabama, the kid from UCLA, who we mentioned earlier.
So their defense is mediocre. I mean, they were pretty much overall 11th overall. I mean, giving up about 321 yards. So their pass defense was all right, but the rushing defense really sucked. So unless they're trying to go
get a defensive tackle. Do something. Do something. What is this nonsense? This is they look at team needs. They have it. This is 2024. Everything's on Google. Okay, it'll be like it's nice, neat and nice. They have a whole fucking blocked out list of every need for every team. There was not a need at quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, there were needs at New England, Washington, Chicago. The teams that took quarterback, Minnesota, the teams that took quarterbacks. There was a need. That was not one of the teams.
No, not at all. Actually, I have to say. But we have the Colts up here. Let's take a look at team home here real quick.
Jay, that was this is a dated baseball reference here, but that was like a Tim Wakefield knuckleball. That wasn't even a curveball. That was a knuckleball.
So let's take a look at here at the end with the Colts here real quick. Overall offense was 15th, 336 yards, overall. Rushing 121, passing was a little bit more, 128. The rushing was 10th overall. Passing 20th overall. Defense probably could have needed some help in that situation too as well, because since they were kind of in the middle of the pack, they almost, I think they did or didn't make the playoffs. They were 9-8, but with Richardson coming back, that this offense is probably going to be looking way, way different in general. And let's take a look at their roster here real quick. Let's take a look here. Wide receivers: Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is all right for kind of a
receiver 3 or 4.
Yeah. Well, if you're in deeper leagues, he might be all right there. DJ Montgomery, Ethan Fernanda, Ashton Dolan.
If he stays healthy, Dolan's number 4.
Josh Downs, who we all kind of,
I like Josh Downs a lot too.
I do. He kind of had spurts a little bit last year, a little bit here and there, but overall they have way too many tight ends on the roster. They need
mediocre tight ends, not Brock Bowers, not anybody you should mention. I mean, just a bunch of like, B-, C+ tight ends. Just and they're not going to take a tight end at 15 here. Obviously, they're don't need a quarterback who you invested a bunch in AR5. Hopefully he comes back healthy. Don't need a running back, and
none would
be taken here at this.
They could. Trey Sermon, Evan Hall. Jonathan Taylor. After they got rid of Zach Moss, traded that off right away. So I honestly think they need some wide receiver help in here. But
I take Cooper DeJean. I might be a little high at 15. Go get some corner help here. I don't know if any Colts fans are. Have you ever actually met a Colts fan?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Cooper DeJean, cornerback from Iowa. Let's see.
They
took the pass rusher from UCLA. He had to medically retire because of his neck a couple years ago, but had he not had that injury history, he's probably the best pass rusher in the draft. So I mean at 15, that's a really good pick.
Yeah, that's
a good pick.
Yeah, that just amps up their defense.
He stays healthy, dude. That could be another. If any old school Colts fans or any old school fantasy fans remember Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis was the other guy. I mean, the Colts had a nice pass rush when they were really good. Years ago with Peyton Manning. So he might be in line with one of those guys if he stays healthy. So if you guys do like defensive players for any fantasy league, any shares of that. So that's usually we usually stick with the skill position guys, but we keep track of defense players as well. So this kid was like I said, he stays healthy. He's going to end up being the best pass rusher in the draft here, and I can see him getting double-digit sacks in a couple of years. I can see him being like a 10 to 12 sack guy for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Reiterating here. They were 27 or 24th overall, giving up about 349 yards. Pass defense 16th, which is almost kind of like in the middle of the pack there. 244. Their pass rush, or not pass. Rushing pass. Now I'm all confusing myself.
Snap out of it. Snap out of it.
Right. So pretty much the rushing defense kind of sucked here. There we go. 123 yards they were kind of giving up. So maybe, with him kind of come in, that should maybe dip that down a little bit. Maybe hopefully helping that defense out to be kind of in the middle of the pack here. And the fact that I love this division. I love the AFC South. I know last year we kind of hated the AFC South. You're like, oh my God, why do we have to cover this division?
That's exactly what I said.
But maybe this division is going to be a little bit different. I know I had Houston at the bottom. I kind of mentioned at the bottom. I had Houston at the bottom. I had pretty much had the Titans. The Indy at the top. Jaguars were kind of in between there too.
And one team I kind of talked up, the Jags. I mean, they might end up in 4th place. I mean, let's be honest. AR5 stays healthy with Shane Steichen calling plays, and some of the weapons. I would assume they're going to add some skill position guys, maybe 2nd, 3rd round, to help out Josh Downs and to help out Pittman. So maybe Troy Franklin. If Troy Franklin falls in the 2nd round, is still there, you pick him up from the kid from Oregon we like a lot. You had a nice number 2 receiver there. Potential to be a 1. I mean, honestly, Troy Franklin could be a Devontae Adams, where 2nd round guy that turns into a top 5 receiver in the league. So who knows? We like Troy Franklin a lot. But yeah, Colts are moving up. Titans, obviously, we thought they might take Malik Neighbors, Roma Dunze, went in a different direction, but Will Levis can get some protection. I mean, he's got a few pieces to work with. They picked up Tony Pollard, Calvin Ridley, so Texans obviously, and Stephon Diggs, the target machine himself. I know he's a little older, but you throw him in the mix with healthy Tank Dell, Nico. I think is Noah Brown still there? I'm not sure. Robert Woods is old as dirt. He's probably still there. So I mean, Texans should be good. Jags might find themselves being a fourth place team.
Oh, you talking about Noah Brown? No, Noah Brown
is Noah Brown gone?
Okay. No, he was with the Texans last year.
Oh yeah, that's why I was wondering if he was still in the. But yeah, I mean, we I would have thought that was unimaginable. I had the Jags winning like 13 games last year. I mean, I had them at 13-4.
Well, we thought too as well because I
thought Trevor Lawrence would take the next step and be turn into kind of where Herbert's at, like not a Mahomes or Allen, but be like the especially fantasy wise, be like a 6th or 7th best fantasy quarterback or something, and just never materialize. I mean, it's done. Does Eli want some? His wife Molly made some supper here, so I don't know. Possibly, if I had some chicken there. I was eating when we were on with Mike a little bit earlier. I was eating some chicken and potatoes, so possibly might dig into some spaghetti. Jay's gonna go get himself a plate.
Yeah,
I'll keep things sizzling here. Yeah, you guys are watching the Out of Rhythm draft stream. I want to thank everybody for commenting so far. I want we had Mike on earlier. Thank him as well. Him and Govier got a good thing going with the Plaza podcast over there, doing the baseball side of things. So as always, go check out their work and our stuff as well. Got a lot of these guys. What's there to say? I mean, we've done a lot of spotlights on a lot of these guys here. 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 12 picks, 3 receivers taken in the first 9. So I mean, it's a very quarterback receiver heavy draft so far, and now you're starting to see tackles and defensive ends. It's very apparent. All the players that are getting paid now. All the premium positions, as you would call them. They're all coming up. There's no random centers coming off. There's no random. I know Brock Bowers came off, but there's not really any tight ends coming off. Probably be late second round before we see another tight end. Maybe Ben Sinnott from Kansas State or Jatavian Sanders from Texas. But you're seeing a lot of the quarterbacks, the receivers, the tackles, pass rushers. You're probably going to see Cooper DeJean coming up here from Iowa, the stud corner. You're going to see a couple corners come off. All the premium positions. They're get your kickers out of here. We don't need no damn kickers, especially in the first round. Get your running backs out of here. We don't need any running backs in the first round. Guards, nope. Linebackers, hell no. We see where the value's at. I mean, it's crazy to think. I mean, there might not be a linebacker taken in the first, 50 picks. I mean, would we have ever thought we'd get to that point? Following football, and loving it like we all do, like that. There's probably not going to be a linebacker taken in the top 50. I mean, it's going to be. You might have a Michael Pratt or a Spencer Rattler, quarterback 7 and 8 listed on the, kind of the mock charts. Ooh, we got here. Oh, thank you. See the steam coming off of there here. Yeah. There ain't. He's got to play too. There ain't no steam coming off any linebackers. I was making a point that and Jason's gonna get his headphones back on here and dig into that spaghetti.
Yeah.
I was making a point that did we ever think we'd reach that point in our lives where there's probably not going to be a linebacker taken in the top 50. There might not be a running back taken in the top 50. Blake Bourne isn't taken, let's say by the Bears or Vikings or something, in the early second round. Like, is there going to be a top 50 running back? Is there going to be a top 50 linebacker? It's crazy. These were, old school NFL. These were premium positions. I don't know if you have, I know you're eating your stuff, but do you have any thoughts on? I mean, we didn't do any spotlights on any linebackers, but we did quite a few running backs.
No, I mean, if you think about it, we are kind of mostly your kind of like your offensive guys. We just kind of I mean, I'm kind of into like some like I have a
About to get
league.
offensive with this spaghetti here.
uh, I was just gonna say, I mean, I play in I have a league that's kind of into a dynasty, not dynasty, kind of like just a couple like IDPs, but just a couple linebackers, edge, stuff like that. I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't really. We're kind of more offensive guys over here. So I mean, we spend more time talking about offensive players and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If there was a, if you're tuning into the stream, because you like us or you like fantasy football, you like the draft going on, whatever your reason is, you're on the X, you're wherever. I truly feel bad that you can't dig into this spaghetti with us, because this is fire. It's really good.
It is.
Is that like, it's like angel hair pasta? I think it's not even like the thick spaghetti noodles. It's very thin, but very tasty.
So
we should food out of rhythm food reviews right now.
Yeah, more food for thoughts too as well. Mm. So I'll probably keep the stream going for just a little bit longer, because I'll probably like 9:45ish. I can go to work about 10ish. So if there's anybody out there watching, if you guys have any other comments or even any thoughts or just any questions maybe about your dynasty leagues or anything like that, feel free to just jump in the chat and actually just
Any
put your
takers
comments below.
Jump on in. Water's fine. Yeah, well, we got the Seahawks up. They ain't taking no receivers. We know that for damn sure. No running backs here to speak of. Quarterback? No. I would hope not. I hope Spencer Rattler's not going 16. See, tight end? Nope. Nobody worth taking in the first round.
Let's look at let's pop up.
Cooper DeJean run. Cooper DeJean corner.
Ooh, defensive tackle.
Yeah, well, he was probably the best defensive tackle. Hey, maybe the Falcons should have taken Byron Murphy at 8. Huh?
Well, I mean, the fact that Seattle was 31st in their rushing defense at 100.
Yeah, they needed him.
And third, pretty much almost dead last. That would probably help out their defense a little bit there. That's for damn sure. I'm sorry, people, if you actually have to watch us kind of eat while we're kind of having some fun here on the live stream.
I don't feel bad.
No. Hey,
not one damn bit. we did all the heavy lifting earlier. I mean, I was running and gunning for how long was it? 15 hours. Yeah. So, I did in my daily work. I put in my grind. Jay puts in his work every day. We're repping the booze here. We took a shot of tequila a little bit earlier. I might dig into this. If we were doing this stream longer, you'd have to go to work. We might dig into this Grey Goose I'm holding here. There we go. Loose with the goose, baby. Yeah, no. So now we're getting into kind of, unless you're the Falcons, of course, and maybe the Broncos, maybe a sensible part of the draft where some of the better run teams or some of the better teams are, oh hey, we really have a weakness or a rushing defense. Probably take a defensive tackle. It might help a little bit. Our pass defense is garbage. Oh, Cooper DeJean, corner from Iowa. I keep talking him up. Somebody's going to get a player. Somebody is going to get a stud player. Might be the Packers.
Oh shit! The Vikings just trade up again for number 17th.
Oh, is this Cooper DeJean?
Is this another quarterback or is this another wide receiver? No.
Right. Yeah. Number 17, Spencer Rattler, quarterback, South Carolina.
Oh shit! They actually give up 23rd pick, 5th round pick, and actually like quite a few other picks here. Damn, quite a bit.
This is interesting. I don't think it'd be for Brian Thomas Jr. or kind of a receiver that might go in this range. I don't. I don't see it. No, it wouldn't be a tight end. They got Hawk. Wouldn't be a quarterback. They just took JJ. Definitely not a running back. A pass rusher, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe the kid from Alabama. Or Cooper DeJean. Corner. Up. Yep. There we go. Yep. That was the pass rusher from Alabama I was talking about. Yep. Dallas Turner. Vikings number 17.
Did we even I know we kind of mentioned, we kind of talked about the Vikings here just a little bit. I was gonna pull up the statistics here quick, see what was kind of. I mean, they weren't too bad. I mean, their defensive rush was actually 8th overall. They weren't really giving up a whole lot, but their pass defense was almost dead last. They were giving up almost 250 some odd yards. So even though I'm not much of a defensive guy, but this should help them out quite a bit. So anybody, so
I think they should have traded up for this spaghetti. Yeah, in the comment thread there, if any Vikings fans, what do you think of the Dallas Turner pick?
I'm not much of a Vikings, I'm not much of a defensive guy really.
No, he's kind of, let's see, they kind of have the comp as Brian Burns, the Panther. I guess he was traded, but
yeah, for sure. I'm gonna really reiterate
kind
here.
of a hybrid,
Yeah. Oh, they're. I mean, I think he was the second defensive guy taken off the board.
Pass rusher, yeah. After from a kid from UCLA.
Yeah.
I got a draft party at US Bank Stadium.
Right.
I want to see how many views we can get just eating spaghetti. We've been spewing our guts out about football, talking up some of these guys. Wouldn't that be some crazy shit? We got like 5,000 views for two guys in a couple liquor shirts eating spaghetti.
I guess this won't be out of rhythm anymore.
Yeah,
It'd be two guys in a food review or something like that.
We're branching out.
Yeah.
We're branching out.
Next you know, we'll be talking pastas, and we'll be like, "Hey, that pasta is good."
Out of Rhythm featuring Tommy DeVito. I heard he needs some work now. He was traded.
Yeah, I saw something like he was cut from the team. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Why would they cut DeVito?" I'm like, "Dude, that's stupid." I'm like, "Those crackheads, I tell you."
I tell you, it was that damn Danny Dimes. He gave the whack sign. He's like, "Yep, off with his head. He's too much of a threat to me."
Right?
Fans love him. I think the coach loves him.
So he was tied for 8th best sacks in the FBS, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be with the. I don't know if he'll be as good as Daniil Hunter. No, Daniil Hunter was a damn good player, but they got what they what they were looking for.
Right.
Get cheap labor, or cheaper than what Daniil Hunter would. Daniil Hunter would have cost. Damn, that's good.
Yeah, it was
Mm.
super good.
Mm.
Right, where are we at with picks here? I'm gonna take a look here on my mobile phone here. So the Rams are up next year.
Oh,
Oh no, not the Rams. The Bengals pick is in. They needed O-line, DL, wide receiver, tight end, and cornerback. So
Cooper DeJean. Yeah.
maybe Troy Franklin to the
Oh,
Bengals.
might be a little early for Troy, but yeah. It depends, because I like we said before, like you can really only pay one.
Let's look here. Let's take a look at wide receivers real quick. Who's on the board here yet for wide receivers? So we have Brian Thomas, Ladd, Malachi Corley, Troy Franklin, O'Donnell, Ricky Pearsall, Roman Wilson. So we still got, maybe Brian Thomas Jr. Maybe, No, not Ricky. Come on now.
I think honestly the only guy you could maybe Troy Franklin at the end of the first round, maybe in that Chiefs Ravens range.
Honestly,
I don't think you can take. I don't think you can take anybody above Brian Thomas. I think Brian Thomas should be the next receiver to come off the board.
Yeah. I was just gonna say. I think
McConkey from Georgia. I think he'll probably be an early second round guy. I would assume, early mid second round guy. Ricky, I think Ricky's going in the third round. I just like saying his name. Ricky.
Yeah. So I know Eli was plugging here a little bit earlier. Yeah, we did a lot of college spotlights on a lot of guys. I mean, if you want to go out and check out our channel here on YouTube, we have a playlist of most of all the guys we covered. Our last guy we ended up covering was Devon Vele, who I mentioned earlier. He was, if you guys didn't catch that stream, we actually have
the number one receiver from Utah in the world's worst offense. I give that 2 thumbs down.
But I think they should. I mean, if T. Higgins actually wants to be traded,
they can't pay him. I think who wouldn't want to catch balls from Joe Burrow, but they can't pay the guy. It's the same thing the 49ers are facing with Ayuk. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if we hear the little noise they make. If we're hearing like somebody traded with the 49ers for Brandon Ayuk, and now the 49ers have a whatever pick 23 or something. So yeah, they can't pay T. Higgins. So yeah, Brian Thomas makes sense here. I think it's a little early for Troy Franklin, but I'll take a receiver here. No tight ends are worth taking. That was one of the needs too, but no tight ends are worth taking. There's always offensive linemen. I mean, I don't know. We'd have to see what tackles are still on the board, but
I mean, I know we're kind of more.
I think there's one more pass rusher that it wasn't Dallas Turner. It wasn't the kid from UCLA. I think there was somebody else too. That
just watch the Bengals take the kid from Iowa. That was
Cooper DeJean. I'm telling you, somebody's going to get a player. Somebody's going to get a player. This kid might end up being a top 5 player from this draft. Just saying. Because Packers are sitting their phone. Packers are like, yes, my pretty, yes, yes. Packers seem to have a way to do that. They it always goes under the radar. It's like they got Gary, the pass rusher. He kind of just fell to him. Jordan Love, 2020 fell to him. They kind of just Packers stay patient and they get their guy.
I was actually gonna take a look here and see. They have Chase Brown, who they drafted last year. I liked him from Illinois. Zach Moss, they got him on a trade. He's been there. They could. Well,
it's too early for a running back.
Yeah. Wait, yeah. That's what I mean. I was just
second round. If they want to, Trey Benson or something, but another tackle.
Yeah.
It's been a receiver, tackle, quarterback draft so far,
which is probably a good thing because let's take a look. I don't remember how often that Burrow was actually tackled. He was actually tackled or sacked.
I mean, you see right there. This kid's making Stetson Bennett look good. Shout out to Stetson. Lay off the sauce, bro.
So he was sacked 24 times before he ended up getting injured. So he was sacked 40 in his 3-year career already. He was sacked 41 times. So I mean, that's quite a bit. I mean, 51 times in 2021, 40. So I mean, over a total, he's been sacked 148 times.
Yeah, they're gonna get this guy killed, and any potential Super Bowls and MVPs that he could very well win, going to go out the window if they don't protect this guy and keep him upright. So, and they're doing the right thing. And you can still, like I said, you're going to get a lot of value with a running back or a receiver, because it's a very rich receiver draft. So they're gonna get a quality player in the second round. Maybe who knows? Maybe they take two Georgia kids. They took the tackle here. Maybe they take McConkey, the receiver, in the second round. So it falls to him. So, yeah, I like what the Bengals. Like I said, I think it was time to move off Joe Mixon. I mean, most of these teams were moving off their running backs. Cowboys moved off Pollard. Giants moved off Saquon. Just about, if you think about it, like probably half the teams in the league. Josh Jacobs, the Raiders moved off him, and Packers moved off Aaron Jones. I mean, it was what musical chairs. So it was that game called.
Yeah,
pretty much
right.
Musical chairs with running backs, and Chase Brown I think is going to be solid, and we know what Zach Moss can do. He's been more than solid at points. So, yeah, I think you take a running back, third, fourth round to add to the mix there. I would take another high end receiver though. I don't think Troy Franklin's going to be there, honestly, but I mean, like I said, you can get the kid from Georgia. Ricky would make sense there, but that might be. I forget where the Bengals are picking in the second round. I'm guessing it's mid-second round. Ricky might be a little too early there for the Bengals.
Bengals are picking.
Donovan asks, what's for dinner? Well, we made you up a plate. I mean, Molly, Jamie's wife, made you up a plate. Donovan, you missed out. Yep. Can you see it?
There you go.
Bon appetit.
It's Pescataya.
Pescate.
Yeah. So I was just looking here. Bengals actually they draft the 49th pick in the second round.
Yeah. No. Trey Benson, Florida State running back.
Yeah, they
or you go receiver. You go McConkey from Georgia. I think McConkey would be a nice pick at 49.
Yeah, they need another wide receiver. They don't have Tyler Boyd there.
Boyd's gone.
Boyd's
T Higgins is T Higgins is what we call. He's got one foot out the door. He's there in spirit.
Dominic says he's on his way. All right. Well,
yeah.
we're I'll be here waiting, but the food might be cold by then. But
put some of that saran wrap on it. We'll keep it warm.
Yeah. I might be going to get some more on my. I'm super hungry.
Oh, that's badass. On the draft coverage, they had a picture of a beach and it had like the Rams field on it. I don't know if it was painted green or something. It looked really sick.
Mm-hmm.
Rams. Well, they missed out on the 6 quarterbacks.
Right.
I would hope they don't take. It's been a running joke. Spencer Rattler, 19. I would hope they don't take Rattler or Michael Pratt here. Receivers, they're good with receivers. Cooper Kupp has still got at least 1 or 2 good years left. We're looking at the depth charts here. Obviously, Puka's a stud.
Yeah, we talked about them a little bit last night too. That they could we talked about maybe Vele being a
like it being a late round guy for sure. Absolutely, you need some more depth there. It gets pretty thin after the first 3 or 4 receivers. So in the 5-6 spots for sure, you could use some receiver help. Running backs, like you're not going to take a running back at 19. Tight end, I know Higbee's kind of getting banged up. He's getting a little older. But nobody's worth taking at 19. So it'll probably be one of these, kind of boring, offensive line picks, I'm guessing. I don't know who is. We have a big board. Do we have the? Do you have like on your? I guess I can get my phone.
Yeah, you can grab your phone there. Just get on the nice NFL app there, It is fantastic. I mean, it shows all the prospects. It
Well,
shows.
let me. What do I got here?
You
Let
can,
me see the. Let me see the big board.
yeah, you can look at the big board. You can look at all that. Just hop right in the app, dude.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing this off the cuff. I've been doing. See, my brain. It's usually just a hamster going on the wheel, but it's been rolling tonight.
All right, I'm gonna go grab some more. I'm gonna go. I'll be back, people. I'm so hungry. I'm a growing boy.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Rams pick is in. Let's see what we got here. Jay's gonna get some spaghetti. Jared Verse, pass rusher from Florida State. He was like the third guy. Dallas Turner, the kid from UCLA, and Verse were kind of the three main pass rushers. So they were kind of, in my opinion, they were all kind of interchangeable. So Verse at 19 makes sense. He doesn't play defensive tackle. Obviously, they lost Aaron Donald to retirement, but it helps out with the pass rush here. They have him as a comp for Will Anderson from Houston. Probably not as good as Will Anderson, but he'll probably start. He'll probably start from the Rams and be a productive player. I would say. I don't know if there's any Rams fans, in the comment thread listening, or any. I know my brother down in Florida, Eric. He's a big Florida State fan, big Seminoles guy, alumni. So I don't know if Eric's watching the stream, if he wants to comment at all, his thoughts on his boy getting drafted there at 19. Had a good college career. Started at Albany, so a smaller school, transferred. Another reason to another win for the good guys. Another reason that the transfer portal has been a major success. Guys they didn't have to sit a year, and now they were able to go somewhere to a bigger school, apply their trade, get paid a little bit of money, NIL, and get seen on the national scene. A lot of Florida State played a lot of big games this year. I know they got mollywopped at the end, against Georgia in that bowl game when they were half-heartedly playing. But I mean, this was Florida State was in the top 5 all year on the rankings. So I mean, it was a damn good season. Oh man! We got up the Pittsburgh Steelers. Our friend Buddy, tattoo artist extraordinaire, huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So if Buddy was tuning in at all, see what Buddy thinks here. What the Steelers are going to do at 20. There's quite a few options. Jay's back with the plate of spaghetti. Once you tease Donovan a little bit more, there you go. Listen out, big boy. Let me get you over. I got the Wisconsin cheddar colored t-shirt here. He's got some Parmesan cheese on top of his spaghetti there. I was just talking about Rams took a pass rusher.
Ooh.
Now where the Steelers go? Obviously they traded Deontay Johnson to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Okay,
they got rid of quite a few.
Got rid of their number 2 receiver.
Let's take a gamble here real quick here.
Yes, you do that. I'm gonna take a little.
Nope, not prospects. I don't want prospects. Let's look at the rounds here. So pretty much the Steelers do. I think they need wide receiver, need O-line help, defensive line too as well. I mean, if they want to protect, even though like Wilson is actually only on you can kind of say a year contract. I think they're gonna have to protect them as well. But he also needs weapons too as well. I mean, they just have Pickens over there on the other side. I mean. I'm trying to think of the other guy they had. I had him in deeper leagues last year a little bit.
They have so much confidence in kind of just hey, we can pull a receiver out of our ass. Like we can turn Antonio, AB, we turn Antonio Brown in from a late round pick into an all pro.
Yeah, Calvin Austin.
George Pickens, second round guy, stud.
So
they turn a lot of these mid round receivers into high equity. I don't know if they want to go Brian Thomas Jr. here and take a receiver.
I think he's the best guy on the board, actually. Honestly, I mean,
the defense is fine. They might maybe the guard from Washington. Cooper. I mean, they're pretty good at corner. I don't think Cooper DeJean would much of a need there. or Wiggins, the kid from Clemson. I don't know if let's see. On my way. Who the hell needs wings when you have spaghetti? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why does everybody think, everybody's got their draft parties going on? They got the shitty Little Caesars pizza. They got their damn pizza. They got their wings. Okay, they went to Wing Street. They went to the local grocery store. Frying them. Battering them up. Get some of that good.
Have you actually tried the little Caesars puffs? Oh my god, they're to die for, dude. They're fucking delicious.
It was actually pretty good.
Dude, they're fucking delicious, I'll tell you that. They're like, oh my god. Yeah, they're good.
Take your sunglasses off. See his eyes just watering, just thinking about it. Pizza.
But no, I think they need a little help at wide receiver. Calvin Austin's a number 3 at most. Van Jefferson.
That's being generous. Yeah.
Van Jefferson's, he's the number 3. He's not.
He's moving on down. Joe.
Yeah. Denzel Mims, he's kind of in the same boat.
I'd rather have Marvin Mims. I'd rather have the tackle that was just taken at 18 Mims than have Denzel Mims. He's complete afterthought.
Wasn't Denzel Mims? Wasn't he one of the Jets guys?
Of course.
Yes.
It makes sense. That's why I was shocked when they took a tackle at 11. It was a sensible pick. It's like, whoa, okay. I was expecting another Zach Wilson, another Denzel Mims, another Elijah Moore. Yeah. I know he's maybe has a brighter future with the Browns, but still, it's like Jets made a lot of bad picks. So it was good to see them do a sensible one. And I love those new Jets jerseys. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, they're hella dope. I like them.
Those are those are clean, fresh. Those are a lot better than the trashy ones they have. Yeah. So, still a bigger, favorite Jets uniform is obviously the Joe Namath look, or the look they had, even 10 years ago, whatever era you'd call that of Jets, the Vinny Testaverde era or the Chad Pennington era. Those are still the best Jets uniforms, but they're going to look good. And, they should be able to compete, if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy and upright. So, Steelers in, pick 20. Let's see what they do here. I take Brian Thomas Jr. here. You need some. I know the Steelers think that they can just pull a receiver out of thin air and we'll make him good. It's like you need a compliment to George Pickens. I don't think Thomas Jr. is going to be a high end NFL receiver, but he's going to be a starter. He's going to be a starter. He's going to put up some stats. So, it's debatable where he lands. He's because of who his teammate was. I mean, the sexier pick was Malik Neighbors, obviously, but Cam Hayward's up.
Yeah,
it's a nice green suit.
It's kind
of you'd look good in a green suit like that.
It's kind of a turquoise.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, greenish turquoise. Yeah. I got that Philadelphia Eagles kind of. Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver, LSU. Let's make it happen.
Go.
Pizza.
Too bad I don't have a sound clip for that.
We need to get one now. Pizza. A big Cam here. Oh, we want to say thank you there, big man. Why don't you take Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver, LSU, pick 20. We're rounding them up.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that these guys on the East Coast already know what pick it is, and we have
we got that Central Time Zone, South Dakota leg. I'm glad this is speeding up. Need the Packers to hurry up and trade down out of the first. No. Not so fast, my friend. You guys need to take Cooper DeJean, corner from Iowa. That's who you need to take. He's better than that clown. Who's that? Not who the hell's who's their number one corner? Donovan, help me.
Right there. There's their roster.
Go down corner.
There you go. Right there. Eric Stokes, Robert Rochelle.
Jair Alexander. Yep. Cooper DeJean. Or, team up Jair Alexander with Cooper DeJean. I like that a lot better. I'm going to speak this into existence, Donovan. Pittsburgh took the tackle. Yeah. You're gonna. It's been I mean, we've said it before. It's been a tackle, receiver, quarterback draft. Oh,
Washington. I think it was like
this would have even been a better pick than the Falcons taking Penix at 8. I mean, it's a trickle down effect. You killed his fantasy value. I can't get over it. Eli was 12 picks ago. I don't care. You killed this man's fantasy value. I dare say. We were talking about it earlier, but like, and obviously that it has nothing to do with what the Steelers just did. But I mean, where does Penix go in a rookie draft now? If you're doing a rookie dynasty draft, where the hell?
I'll get back to you with that one.
He's going for a third plate. Oh, I thought he was going for the hat trick there. Where does Penix go? Where does Penix go? Let's see here. I'm trying to get to the mouse here. There we go. Donovan's got another comment here. If Cooper is the pick, I already have my new business idea all in the works. Oh, I want to hear it. I want to hear that pick or your business idea. Let me click out of that. I mean, where does Penix fall? I mean, he didn't fall in the draft. I mean, he's taking a number 8. But where does he fall if you're doing dynasty and you're doing the rookie drafts? Like, where is he at? He shouldn't be. I mean, he shouldn't be hovering with the Spencer Rattlers of the world. I mean, I worry about that he's going to be right in that same range where he's viewed as a backup quarterback now.
Yeah,
at least in the fantasy world. I mean, we know how good Michael Penix is, but it's crazy. I mean, in one day. I mean, if he had gone to the Raiders, if he had gone to the Vikings, if he had gone to the Broncos, or Broncos aren't a very good spot, but you get my point. Like, he would have probably been a starting quarterback year one at some point.
Yeah. Oh.
No questions asked. All those 3 teams, he would have been the starting quarterback at some point.
He would. Honestly, I mean, I think with a little bit of time,
in the one team, the one damn team, Jay, you in the top 15 picks probably that you could argue that absolutely does not need a quarterback, takes a quarterback.
Yeah, I heard that this morning because I was watching a little bit of Good Morning America or Good Morning Football before I fell asleep. They were kind of like, well, what if the Falcons end up taking a quarterback there? What are they going to do there? And
they're probably all laughing on the panel. Oh, you're a funny guy. It's probably gonna be Dallas Turner. Maybe a tackle here. Nope. Good Morning America was right. Jay was right. They took Michael Penix.
It's I mean, I was kind of hoping to kind of see where Penix kind of fell in this draft, and now the fact that he's pretty much going to be a backup quarterback, I'm totally out. I'm not taking him.
I'm not either. I am not taking. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm more on Bo Nix now. And I'm not a big Bo Nix guy. I'll be honest. I was worried Tampa might take him and do something dumb, and he can back up. He can learn under Baker, and no, we're fine. No, but I'm more on board with Bo Nix than I am Michael Penix. Absolutely, Penix fell. He's at minimum he went from probably the number 4 quarterback to the number 6 quarterback in terms of like where he was going to be drafted for rookie, the rookie draft or 4, I guess maybe 5, because JJ was above him. Yeah. So I guess he's only fallen a spot, but it seems like instead of falling from probably the 5th rookie quarterback, falling down to where the Michael Pratts of the world and the Spencer Rattlers are at, it's unacceptable. I mean, the Falcons did this. It's a buzzkill.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're going to be able to get over this because we had plans. We're like, if Penix goes to the Raiders, hey, maybe the Seahawks, maybe the Seahawks come in with a kind of the dark horse pick. Oh, they learn under Gino for a year, and then Penix is. I would even accepted that because at least 2025, Michael Penix is given a slate of talented receivers and Kenneth Walker and a couple studs there. Seahawks know how to run their operation, know how to draft. So he would have been just fine in Seattle. 2025, hit the ground running. Boom.
Yeah.
Just Atlanta was a terrible spot.
Yeah, Donovan says Bo Nix has to beat out the MILF Hunter. No chance that he's better.
That just means Zach likes what I like. So I mean, we got that in common. Other than that, I mean, the kid throws a beautiful football, but he can't play quarterback. And I worry that I don't know.
I almost went right into that one.
Where are you at with the Broncos quarterback situation? If you're a Broncos fan or you have any thoughts on it, okay, let's. We haven't seen any training camp yet. We haven't seen any preseason. We haven't, Is it Jared Stidham? Is it Zach Wilson? Or is it Bo Nix that starts game one? Because it's going to have a lot of fantasy value. I mean, it's going to have some fantasy ramifications. So
I would believe the buzz would have to be between Bo Nix and
I'd say Stidham. You can't. The fan base would revolt. I mean, Denver's got some low standards now, but you can't start the year with Zach Wilson.
Well, why not? It's gonna bring more people to the yard. It's gonna bring all the MILFs.
It's gonna bring all the MILFs.
So hey,
Lisa Ann. I'm trying to think of some other porn 50-year-old women
it's gonna bring more.
Jenna Jameson, is she coming?
It's gonna be more money in their pocket right now. Bring it, more ching ching. Oh wait, hold on. I got my
money.
It's gonna be more money in their pocket if they let Zach Wilson start game one. Let him start game one and then just cut him off.
Yeah, right. Dolphins are in.
Yeah.
Chop Robinson. Oh, sorry, Mike. I had maybe Chop fallen to the Ravens, but
Donovan says Denver Snow Bunnies will revitalize his
career.
Well, I mean,
hey man, they got a lot of good looking women in Colorado. So I mean, Zach's gonna be fully occupied if you catch my drift.
He won't be studying that playbook much.
No. He's gonna go Johnny Manziel with that playbook and throw it in the trash.
As LA Knight would say, it has been an interest. I mean, let's recap here real quick. Let's recap the draft here real quick. So we have Caleb Williams,
predictable.
Jaden Daniels, Drake Mays, three
Yep.
guys off the board. Then we end up going Marvin Harrison Jr.
Predictable.
First guy off the board. Then Joe Alt, Malika Neighbors.
Predictable.
JC Latham, Penix Jr. Then we had
that's the red flag.
Yeah,
if I had a red flag, be 15-yard penalty on the Penix trade or pick.
So we got Roma Dunze.
Yep.
I like that pick.
Yep. Of course.
JJ McCarthy at 10.
Yep,
I like that pick there. And then they have Pashmu there.
Good pick for the Jets.
Yeah. We had Bo Nix, Brock Bowers.
That Raider. Okay, that's another red flag. Was that Raiders pick? Because you just took Michael Mayer, I think, with the 34th or 35th, somewhere in that early second round, right around where Laporta was taken last year. Michael Mayer was taken by the Raiders. You had no business taking Brock Bowers there. Raiders have a lot of other needs. I know Brock Bowers is absolute stud, can't miss guy, and there's no knock on him, but you didn't need him there.
Yeah, and then
I would, maybe they should ship out Michael Mayer. Be like, dude, Josh Rosen his ass. Be like, you're not good enough, dude. Brock Bowers is better. We're shipping you out.
There's our little Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Little theme song going on here.
Yeah, this guy's about to get benched, and he's got his own sound clip here.
Yeah, we had that little thing going on. Oh, Michael Myers. No, it's Michael Mayer because he's not.
He's gonna be Michael Myers. He put his dumb ass in a mask. Be riding the bench while Brock's gonna be offensive rookie of the year or something.
It is. Let's continue on here real quick. Then the Eagles are up here. We had Fufanda, Latu, Brian Murphy, Dallas Turner, Amarius Mims, Jared Verse, Troy Friatu, and Chop Robinson. So we had some defense and offensive guys coming off the board here.
Yeah, and like I said, if you do, it might affect things a little bit if you do defensive players, fantasy. If you have any shares of any of those guys, if usually it's if you do fantasy football, usually the defense is packed into one, so it'll be Buffalo's defense, Baltimore's defense. They're not usually, I'd say maybe only 20% of leagues have like full defensive players. So
like the league I did that you kind of played into last year. The IDP league. I mean, it was, I think 4 is the best, but if you're doing both offenses and defenses, like the full, I mean, I guess it'd be a lot, but I mean, it's kind of minimizes, just having a few defensive players. It makes it the, like the IDP leagues a little bit funner than actually.
Because it's you're not going to have much variation in kickers. I mean, we've had some kickers explode and have 30-point PPR weeks or something, but most kickers are going to be in the same range. Most defenses, packed in defenses are going to be in the same range unless they just go all out, 4 sacks, allow 6 points, a pick, maybe a fumble recovery, So most defenses are being the same. So I mean, it could be a big difference in the matchups too. Having 4 or 5 defensive players in there mixed in. So I mean, there is some interest there. Like I said, normally we get off to the skill position guys. So a lot of these picks here are kind of ho hum. I mean, it's he could pan out. He could not pan out. So you're kind of indifferent on a lot of these guys. I like Jared Verse because I remember watching a lot of Florida State games last year. So Jared Verse with the Rams, a damn good pick. Just a lot of tackles. I mean, you're going to have some of these guys that bust. I mean, that's just the average of the draft. So I mean, not every one of these tackles is going to pop. I mean, there's been a shit ton of tackles, shit ton of pass rushers taken.
So the Eagles are coming up here. They need DB, O-line, wide receiver,
Cooper DeJean, corner, Iowa. That's why the Packers, Donovan, you better get on the horn. You better speak this into existence. Pack need to trade up here. Need to move up a spot.
Oh, before the Cowboys? Ooh. I mean, the Jaguars are on the clock right now.
Wait, where the Pack at again?
They're right after the Cowboys at 25.
Okay, so Pack got to move up a couple spots here because Cooper DeJean's about to be a Philadelphia Eagle.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. He'll probably fall a little bit more.
They take Nate Wiggins from Clemson. They take the Kool-Aid man himself.
The Cardinals need help there. So maybe the Cardinals take the Iowa kid.
I'm all for all these teams taking Cooper DeJean. I wish the Bucks could get up to, but that ain't gonna happen.
Who knows? He might fall that far, and the Bucks could probably take him.
I would love it, dude. This kid. I've been talking to him. I don't, I'm gonna speak this into existence. He's either gonna be a Packer, Eagle, or Buck. Just
did you know that
Cowboys are taking Spencer Rattler?
The Eagles just signed AJ Brown to like a huge monster contract.
Oh, of course, we got to keep. Well, I don't know how the fuck. Pardon my French here. How the fuck are you gonna pay Jalen Hurts? I mean, they must be pushing this money back. I mean, their salary cap just must be fucked from like 26, 27, 28. How are you paying Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, and AJ Brown combined all over $100 million? I mean, how much of this? I mean, that's almost half your salary cap. How the hell do the Eagles afford all that?
Yep.
Howie Roseman, the GM, is a goddamn magician if he can pull that off. Like, what AJ get? What, probably 31, 32 a year?
Yeah, I'm just gonna find
guaranteed money is.
Find that about that Nope. I thought they drafted somebody I was gonna find the headlines here quick.
They took our jabs. You want no foreigners? Get to the point, Raj. Come on. Cooper DeJean.
I'll find it here.
What were you saying, Jay?
Oh, I was just gonna find the AJ Brown contract here quick.
He filthy rich. They took a corner, but they took the kid from Toledo.
He's probably one of the better corners from.
He was rated over Cooper DeJean.
Yeah.
So I think he was rated.
I was seeing
as the
just
number
a
one
little
guy.
bit of highlights from him this morning.
Him, the Kool-Aid Man, and Cooper were all kind of 1, 2, 3.
So AJ Brown gets 3-year extension, $84 million guaranteed.
Nate Wiggins, I think, was 4.
So AJ Brown's got a agreed to $96 million deal, 84 of it guaranteed.
So wait, 3 years, so 32 a year.
Yep.
Yeah. And how many was guaranteed?
84 million.
So basically, it's well, because I mean, at that point, you can't do a 2-year, $84 million deal. I mean, that's too expensive. So basically, yeah, he's almost got a fully guaranteed contract. I mean, that's unheard of for a receiver. We saw Kirk Cousins get a 3-year fully guaranteed deal. But like, if to have a receiver damn near get a fully guaranteed deal, that's insane. And the amount of money he's getting, so he's going to get every bit of that. He's going to get every bit of that contract. He's the high dude, 32 a year. He's now set the mark. So once again, I said this earlier. How the fuck are you paying Jalen Hurts,
Devontae Smith?
Yeah. Let's go down the list. Jalen Hurts, I think it's $52.5 million a season. And granted, they can move the money back. I know they can move the money back. They can manipulate the cap. I get it. But $52.5 million for Jalen. Work with me here. $52.5 million for Jalen. $25 million for Devontae Smith. Now $32 million a year for AJ Brown. I'm no mathematician, but I think that's like close to $110 million for 3 players. The cap is like $225 million.
God, that's insane.
And these aren't gonna. I know this is probably gonna be pushed back. It'll count against the 2025 cap or 2026, and the revenue should keep going up. I get it. But it's just the thought of it. It's like 3 guys eating up that much of the cap. It's nuts. I mean, they're going all in on that passing game. Just saying. You know, you better hope Jalen Hurts is upright, because otherwise it's gonna be noodle armed Kenny Pickett slinging the ball to these 2.
Oh my God. Let's see. So the Eagles were pretty much 17th overall, kind of middle of the pack for their offense. You know, 239, and then 8th overall in the rushing department. You know, they were averaging about 128 yards, or pretty much 128 yards per game, give or take. So you could kind of tell that their rushing game was a little bit more effective than their passing game, a little bit.
But for the amount of money they're spending, it's going to have to be a passing attack. It's going to have to switch over for what you're paying.
No more tush push. No more
tush. Yeah, no more tush push. Brotherly shove, whatever the hell you want to call it. Ain't no more of that. The last time I saw Jason Kelsey, he was beating people up at WrestleMania. Okay. Yeah. Him too.
I was kind of seeing here a little bit about Quinton Mitchell a little bit, because they were talking about him just a little bit. I was watching some ESPN this morning a little bit before I was heading to bed. Then I turned on Good Morning Football, and then I passed out watching Good Morning Football, and I think it was on when I woke up too. So like when I go to sleep, you know, I hear football stuff in my sleep. So I mean, it's like, oh, this guy.
Got the good REM sleep going on, and
right.
Yes. AJ Brown. Yeah.
Good. We actually have the Jaguars actually
the 4th place team in the AFC South coming up. Yes, the Jacksonville Jags. They won't be picking at 23 again. Right, more like 10.
Let's take a look here at the Jaguars here quick. See what they got going on here.
See, I'm okay. Let's see.
So they needed more offense and defense. You know, just pretty much the O-line. Trench guys and stuff like that. So they probably went defense here more than likely.
I
mean, if you think
maybe maybe the Newton kid from Illinois, defensive tackle, could be. Graham Barton from Duke, center.
I mean, they're
it's going to be somebody on the offensive line or the defensive line. It's like Jay was saying, it's going to be somebody in the trenches. I don't think it's going to be a corner. I don't think it's going to be a skill position guy.
It could be a corner.
Because they don't have a number one receiver, but I don't think Brian Thomas Jr. projects to be any better than Christian Kirk, or you know what I mean. Like I would understand if they had taken Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze, because those are guys that are going to be better than Christian Kirk.
Well, maybe Thomas,
but
would be better than Gabe Davis because we.
I brought Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, get Gabe Davis out of here. He's fool's gold. That's what he is.
You know, as I would say to Gabe Davis.
And we say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I mean, he comes in spurts. I honestly do not like Gabe Davis not one bit whatsoever. You know, it's just like
well, of course the Jags would sign him though. It's a very Khan family Jacksonville kind of move is to bring in Gabe Davis, of course. They did take Brian Thomas Jr. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Look
what?
What a coinkydip. We were just talking about him, and he ends up getting.
I didn't think they'd go there with it, but you know, hell, Jay was saying we were just making fun of Gabe Davis. Brian Thomas Jr. is gonna be better than Gabe Davis, absolutely. Christian Kirk, it's debatable. Christian Kirk is better than people think. When he's healthy and he's out there, minimum 1,000-yard receiver.
So
especially in that offense, him and Ingram are 1-1A in that offense. You bring in Brian Thomas Jr. And maybe I was wrong about the Jags. Maybe the Jags maybe they put up a stiff upper arm to the Texans. Maybe fight back a little bit.
But if you think about it, I mean, Kirk had 1,000 yards with the Jags in 2020 or 2022.
Yep.
And then he had almost nearly 1,000 yards with Arizona. I mean, his first year not so much, but I mean, kind of his 5-year career kind of so far. I mean,
he's not a number one, but he's a really good receiver. I'd take Christian Kirk on the Bucs any day of the week. Like if he wanted to replace Godwin or be our number 3 guy, I mean, I'd take Christian Kirk any day of the week. He can play on my team. And he's productive. But yeah, he's not number one. So, I mean, I guess they hope here that Brian Thomas Jr. can develop into a 1. But I think they would have, if they had gone this route. I know it would have been. I mean, it would have been suicide to have to trade up to where the Bears took Rome Odunze at 9 to get that level of receiver, because there was 3 receivers. As we know, Neighbors, Odunze, and Marv, and then there was quite a bit of a drop off to the next tier guys, and Brian Thomas Jr. was the clear cut 4th of those, fourth best receiver in the draft. So.
So maybe Christian Kirk falls being to a number wide receiver 2.
Yeah, he's gonna have to, because I think Evan Ingram's still gonna have a major influence in that offense. Evan Ingram, has been a beast the last couple of years. Brian Thomas Jr. It might take him a little bit to get going his rookie year, but so I mean it has fantasy. It's a butterfly effect. It has fantasy implications for Christian Kirk. Fantasy implications for that damn Gabe Davis, who they just signed. There he is. He's on the TV.
I think they signed him 2 years?
3 years, $39 million. I'm not sure how much was guaranteed. I'm guessing like 2 years of that was probably guaranteed.
That's so horrible. That's
I wouldn't have given this guy. Yeah,
as our running joke, he should go up to the UFL. Go with the
Gabe Davis could go be the UFL MVP. Go play for the Birmingham Stallions. I heard they're looking for guys.
Right. Well,
the 4-0 world beating Birmingham Stallions.
Well, maybe the
I heard they drew 7,000 people at their game or whatever the fuck it was.
Maybe the Dallas team's needs a little help down there, because they're 0-4. They haven't won. They were the XFL champions, and now they're
was it the Renegades or
yeah? They're now they haven't won a game all year. They went from champions.
It's like we mock the UFL because it's worth mocking. It's like you have people talking it up like, well, the big 3. The NBA has the big 3 where they have a bunch of 45, 50-year-old ex-NBA vets, and it's kind of like 3-on-3 basketball.
Yeah.
And it's high level, but it's just not. It just seems bush league, and that's how the UFL seems to me. It's minor league.
It is. I have to agree. I mean, if we wanted to watch a practice squad level quarterback play,
I mean, we would watch the third preseason game and the third quarter. You know, I'd be tuning in on the treadmill on a random August preseason game, watching Jaron Hall or something. You know, I don't want to. No, why are we wasting our time with that? So, and that's the level of guy that we. Jaron Hall would probably win the damn UFL MVP. I mean, that's how, you know, it's just a minor league, but they definitely won't be picking you know, any of the studs coming up here. Cooper DeJean to the Packers, make it happen. Cowboys are up next though.
Yeah. So probably
who do you? Okay, I'll give you that. So, you know, Jay's obviously a Cowboys fan. He's rocking the Bucks gear, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
You're a Cowboys fan. Who do you want? At 23, who do you want? Not what works best for fantasy. Not what works best for, you know, who do you want of these guys that are available?
Of these guys are available. Here, let me come on. Let me pop up my app here quick. Oh, now it's gonna be no, it's not gonna work here. The heck? No.
We'll round some corners at the store tonight. You're okay. Whoops! I missed a section. Whoop! I'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah, give me just a second here. And all in all, I mean, we actually need wide receiver help. We do need running back too as well. I mean, I heard speculations of maybe us taking you know, Jonathan Brooks, he's kind of that guy up there. Even though we didn't really cover him, we kind of
Jonathan Brooks at 23.
Yeah, we did cover Jalen Wright. You know, he's kind of dual threat, but not quite. I know we kind of dislike Trey Benson a little bit.
Jalen Wright's a fucking burner.
Yeah,
I mean, that's probably that's like Chris Johnson level speed he's got.
Or hell, dude, let's just take Blake Corum
At 23.
Yeah, let's take Blake Corum and say screw it. Oh, did the Cowboys just trade? Did Cowboys just trade out of this pick?
Oh, they did.
Shit, we have freaking the Lions moving up.
Who the Lions? Corner? Cooper DeJean? Detroit Lions?
Is the Lions actually going to maybe take another wide receiver? Are they going to take wide receiver?
No, I don't think they'd be trading up. No, I don't think. After what they just paid St. Brown.
Now I have to go to work, not knowing who the Cowboys are going to pick.
I know they're fucking with your head here.
Oh, good God, this is horrible. So the Lions needed some edge. They need wide receiver.
Bunch of head games with the damn Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I mean, if they need, let me look here quick. I was gonna look at it because I know we kind of talked about them earlier here. So let's go look at their. I wanted to see.
Was Dallas 24? Or were they 23?
No, they were 20. They were 24.
Okay, so it is pick. Yeah. I thought it was pick 23.
Yeah,
pick 24. Lions trade up.
So
got to be a corner.
So overall, they're probably going defense here because their offense was third overall. Yeah, pretty much.
They got studs.
But they do need help. You know, they lost a few pieces with their wide receiver there.
Josh Reynolds, I don't call that much of a loss. I'll be honest.
Well, we mentioned, you know, we mentioned Jameson Williams. You know, we were kind of wishy-washy.
Efficient. I mean, when he plays, he's a beast. But you know, he only plays, you know, a handful of games a year. So.
Yeah. Donovan says, you know what's happening. Cooper to Detroit in their hometown. We'll see what happens here in a minute. But yeah, I was like,
actually, Donovan, he was born in Sioux Falls. I'll have you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Donovan goes on to say, now the Packers will trade out of the first pick.
They might, you know, you let hey, it's an arms race, Donovan. You let the Bears get the first run there. You know, getting Caleb and Odunze. You let the Lions jump up here and take your corner.
Their pass defense, you know, maybe they do need to take a corner. Maybe they take the kid from Iowa. I mean, they're rushing. Their pass rush. Second overall, they're only allowing 88 yards per game.
I want to draft one of those little cheerleaders there. That's and maybe the guy in the Lions too. He looks.
But their passing defense was pretty much almost worth. I mean, they were giving up almost 270 yards per game. You know, so they were giving up quite a bit. So you know, yeah, maybe let's go. Let's go a cornerback here. Huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be a couple corners. If the Packers stay where they're at, they're taking a corner. Lions are taking a corner. I don't know what the hell the Cowboys are thinking or doing. Unless Cowboys are trading back to take, like Jay was saying, running back, maybe Jonathan Brooks, Jalen Wright.
I mean, they have Jamar. I mean, they have.
They
Jamar
don't have
Gibbs.
any running back. You know, it would make sense. They didn't sign anybody in free agency. They didn't land Derrick Henry or Saquon or any
They
of
have
those guys.
I mean, they have Zonovan Knight, who they traded for the Jets.
Come on.
I mean, he's all right.
Come on. No, you can't, Jay. You can't roll into a season with Deuce Vaughn and Zonovan Knight as your
Deuce Vaughn. He's Cowboys. Come on now.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's gonna be interesting for sure. I mean, they took Hawkinson last year. Not Hawkinson. They took Laporta. So they said they added TJ Hawkinson. They drafted him in 2018.
Yep. They shipped him out to the Vikes.
I'm sure everybody who's watching, they're probably like, these guys are on crack, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They don't know what the hell they're even talking about.
Might be, but long day.
We're probably losing subs right now. They're all like, nope, unsubscribe.
They don't know what they're talking about. Jonathan Brooks in the first round.
Well, that would bring some diversity to the running back, you know, if they did.
Jay, but the moral is the Cowboys have to get either first, second round, like probably second round make more sense. They have to get a running back. They have nobody.
I was talking about the Lions here, but I know if
Lions don't. Yeah, Lions. Corner.
I mean, Jamar Gibbs, Jamar Jefferson, Zonovan Knight. You know, it's yeah. Donovan says, wasn't it that wasn't the Parmesan on the?
That's some grade A man cheddar there, Donovan.
No, it's kind of been an interesting first round a little bit. You know, I was trying to think about wanting Rome on my team, you know, for dynasty reasons, and now the fact that I might be able to snake him now. With now the thing is
yeah, because first year, like I said, he's not going to have as much value, so he's going to be a little cheaper, and so people are getting obsessed with Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen can't stay healthy. I mean, most years. I know last year, just great.
Oh, they went quarterback.
Season. They took a corner, but not the one I thought they'd take. Yeah. Donovan, speaking it into existence. Cooper DeJean, Green Bay Packers. This will happen, my friend. This will happen, and I want to see that. I want to see the expression on your face. I want to see a plate of spaghetti in your hand. I want to see the happiness before Jay has to go to work.
Well, we'll do
the Packers pick, and then because the damn Cowboys they screwed him out of a pick. We know the Bucs ain't anywhere in sight.
Yeah,
so.
well, we'll do the Buccaneers, and then I'll have to get up off here.
Okay, we'll do the Packers and the Bucs.
Yeah, and then
fair enough. Yep.
And then I'll have to get up out of here. I was hoping for a little bit of a more turnout. I was hoping we have a couple more guests. I shot our link out there, and
that's fine. I mean, well, it's great because it'll always be archived. So if you want some interesting draft analysis from a couple of Broncos here, you want to see our takes on Brock Bowers going to the Raiders, which was mind-boggling. Even more mind-boggling, Michael Penix to the Falcons. What the hell they were doing?
Yeah.
See, all these other teams are sensible. Oh, if you're not going to take the right player, at least take a tackle, take a edge rusher, something that's gonna we're gonna protect the quarterback, get after the quarterback, maybe take Brian Thomas Jr., get maybe another weapon or something. The Raiders doing Raider things and the Falcons doing Falcon things. Let's see, Terry and Arnold. Oh, he better be worth it. I mean, the Lions, they had to move up here, so. There's I love Dan Campbell. There's big Dan Campbell there.
Yeah, I know if Jared's still listening. Hey, Jared, are you happy with the Lions?
Yeah, Jared, if you're still around, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah,
Mr. Lion himself. Yeah. So he wasn't All-American corner. So, yeah, I just think Cooper DeJean is more of he has more of the star power, and Terry and Arnold will probably be a very productive corner, absolutely. Well, but
I know in my redraft in IDP, I'm gonna take the kid from Toledo on my redraft league.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, we gonna couple good corners here.
But I mean, unless unless the sauce turns it around a little bit, I might take him. But
Sassy.
yeah,
Sassagard.
I drafted him last year. He was kind of up and down a little bit. He wasn't what he was his first year coming out, and maybe with Aaron Rodgers coming back, it might spice.
It was a buzzkill. Yeah. I think for that whole team, I think it was a buzzkill for Garrett Wilson, Brees, Sauce. I think they were dejected. They're like, we got to play with Zach Wilson. We have no chance. I can be on an island. I can cover this receiver just take him out of the game, and it's not going to matter because Zach Wilson's only going to put up 10 points. So I think Sauce will have a bounce back season for sure. Let's see.
Buccaneers are on the clock. They need edge, O-line, DB.
Packers drafted or?
Yeah, the pick is in. It should be up here shortly.
Bucks are on deck.
Yep. I get a notification saying Trey Jones is going all in, but as they trade back in the draft. I know who they're going, having to draft down for. That's
Jonathan Brooks.
Maybe.
Running back, Texas. Hook 'em horns. Why stop there? You don't need a tight end, but hey, let's take Jatavian Sanders in the second round. Let's make it all a Texas connection here.
Right?
Cowboys. What the hell they're doing? What the hell are the Cowboys doing?
That's insane. I mean, I'm sure this kid would have been still on the board yet. I'm sure for the Cowboys probably could have picked, but oh well. It's kind of the fact of the draft, man. Things happen the way they happen, and who knows if Dallas is. Maybe they're going for a wide receiver, or one of these guys that are.
Let's see.
Prospects are still on the board yet.
For the Bucks, I thought Keon Coleman would have made a lot of sense. We like taking Florida State guys, they're local guys. But it's too soon to be taking Keon Coleman. But a bigger bodied receiver to kind of eventually replace Mike Evans.
Ew, Cowboys, let's take Devon Baker. Let's go.
They need to. All these teams. That's another guy we love a lot, Javon Baker. You get used to that name.
Yeah. And there's Jacob Cowling's kind of Devon, Dez Walker. He's kind of the guy. And I was watching the NFL Network here. They were talking about when he was playing at Kent, and then the NCAA freaking doused him from playing right away. Is it pretty much saying, oh, he's a 2-year transfer, yada yada yada, and that kind of tore me. It kind of pissed me off a little bit. It's as much as I'm a UNC fan. I love that team. I'll watch any chance I got to. That kind of pissed me off a little bit because I had Dez on my freaking fantasy team. I'm wanting to freaking play him, and then I'm like nope, couldn't play him. So it's kind of one of those stories that they finally I think they just have too many rules into this for kids that transfer. I mean, they should put that stipulation on there. If there was a COVID year, they didn't play, they should that should play a part. I mean, allowing these kids to still play even though they're transferring.
Yeah, and it was pre-2021. There was a lot of goofy nonsense going on, and it needs to be like it is now. I mean, we just saw Jared Verse from Florida State. Had he not been, had he been caught, before the pandemic, and let's say it was 5 years ago, he would have to sit out a year when he was moving from Albany to Florida State. So it's a lot of nonsense, and I'll get to my thoughts on the NCAA and their demise and a future little rant, but let's get to this pick here. Donovan was saying this is a record time that I guess the Packers take forever to pick, so that's kind of what he's saying. Usually they take their sweet time. Jordan Morgan. I don't know, Donovan, any thoughts? We don't really know much about Jordan Morgan. I'll be honest.
Unless they're trying to.
I mean, Arizona was stacked on offense, so I mean, anybody that was protecting their quarterback, I mean, I guess I trust, because I mean the Wildcats had a damn good year in the Pac-12, so
Well,
A bunch of their guys put up a bunch of stats.
I mean, I guess if they want to, I mean, I guess this would make sense for them to kind of help protect, Jordan Love a little bit more, maybe give him a little bit more time in the pocket, get these, wide receivers to actually, be able to run their routes and, so,
Yep.
so maybe this is just more of a, just let's protect our assets here, let's kind of do it. Let's go that way. So, maybe this will be a different Packers team. Maybe the Pack, when we dive into the Packers, maybe the Packers are, will be the team that maybe run that, come back and take the league or take that division, maybe.
Well, like I said, arms race going on.
All right.
Vikings and Bears are improving. Lions are going to be tough to compete with. I mean, the NFC North is looking mighty tasty. Pick is in for the Bucks too. Let's speak this into existence. Cooper DeJean, cornerback, Iowa. That's who I want. That's who I need.
Yeah, they got
give him to me now.
They have edge, O-line, cornerback, safety, and linebacker is what their needs are.
Yep. And no pass rushers here of note. The corner I like is Cooper. Let's make this happen. Let's say this into existence. Cooper DeJean, cornerback, Iowa, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like the sound of that a lot.
Donovan goes to say, I don't know much about him, but it's definitely a glaring need for the Pack.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Love with those young weapons and what they're probably about to pay him too. You're protecting the franchise. And after you put up 32 touchdowns and basically whoop the Cowboys' ass in the playoffs and take the 49ers to the limit, you've pretty much earned that. So,
oh yeah, I mean,
get him all the help he can get on that offensive line.
Let's with Christian Watson, we kind of don't know what he is because he's kind of been here and there. I mean, guys like Donovan Wicks, Jaden, Bo Melton, Jaden Reed. I mean, these guys all stepped up.
I like Jaden Reed more than I like Christian Watson. I do. Jaden Reed I like a lot. I think he could develop into something, and we saw a little bit of his rookie year. But Christian Watson, he can play. I mean, he's had stretches where he was hot, and it reminds me a lot of Chase Claypool. There's a lot of hype and a lot of potential around him. I don't think we're ever going to see. And I bought into it too. Last year, I thought, hell, this guy, minimum 8-9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I thought,
most definitely.
I was like, come on. I thought they were lowballing him with some of the projections, but I was wrong. I mean, I was eating a plate of shit. I wasn't eating that tasty spaghetti from earlier. I was eating a plate full of shit.
Let's see. Romeo Doubs had he had one touchdown last year. Let's see. Jaden Reed he didn't have any. Wait, hold on. Let me look here. Yeah. So Dobbs had one. Musgrave had one. Tucker Kraft had one. I thought there was more. I thought they had more touchdowns than that. I thought Jaden Reed had a couple in there, but that's all CBS in there.
Who the hell caught all the touchdowns?
Right?
Yeah. Yep. It's a
8 or 9 touchdowns
per
18 games for
over 4 seasons. Yeah, right. Yeah, his career NFL totals.
Yeah.
Those ND. I know it's getting a little long. We'll get the Bucks pick in here, and Jay's got to get to work and wrap up this stream here. But yeah, I have my thoughts on a lot of the NDSU guys too. North Dakota State. They have a powerhouse program in FCS, and a lot of the guys just don't. I mean, Carson Wentz had a good season in 2017 before he got hurt. Other than that, he's been a mid-pack quarterback, mid-pack to backup quarterback. A lot of the skill position guys haven't really panned out. Christian Watson, like I said, he's more hyped than he is, productive. I know he had 7 touchdowns in 2022, I think. So I mean, we've seen flashes of it, but yeah, a lot of these NDSU guys. We saw what happened with Trey Lance, complete garbage. I don't even know why the Cowboys would. They could have made a lot of use of that 4th round pick, by the way, and they wasted on this bum.
This better be a good pick for the Buccaneers.
This better be Cooper. Yeah, Cooper DeJean. I've been waiting for this shit. This needs to go down. This is a Tinder hard swipe right, super like. is what's happening here. Don't disappoint me here, Tim. Jay even wore the hat tonight. He was ready for this pick. We've been waiting, whatever, however long we've been doing this stream, almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
For this pick. There we go. We got some pirates. There we go. That's what I should be dressed up as. There we go. Get this pick in here. Okay, Kessler's is okay.
Oh yeah, they'll be all right. Yeah. And I guess I'll have to watch the next couple at work, I guess. Well, there's only like 4 picks left anyways, because one of the teams got they don't have a first round or something like that. So there's only 31 picks.
Other than the Panthers, of course, because those dipshits gave up their first.
Yeah. Yep.
So this guy here, who's that? Is that Marshall Falk? Who's that? Bucky Brooks?
So Reed had 10. So Donovan
want
says
the center
Reed
from
had
Duke?
10 and Dobbs had 8. Yeah, I know why. I don't know why that's weird, because CBS showing their stats here. They're showing they're not like showing up, which is weird because
I know Jaden Reed had a shit ton of touchdowns.
I know they had quite a few. That's why I was like, how come this is not showing up? I'm like, this is weird. Oh, that's postseason. Well, I'll be dipped here.
No, they took the center.
Oh,
I mean, he's the best center in the draft, but
there we go. That's more like it. Jaden Reed actually had 8. Romeo Dobbs had 8. Wicks had 6. Watson had 3. Kraft had 4. So has Luke Musgrave. He had 4 too as well. Well, this will help Baker Mayfield stay upright. Maybe.
Yep. Put him next to Wirfs and the boys on the O line. Give Baker a few extra seconds. I would have loved a corner. I'll be honest. It's kind of a buzzkill, but yeah. Oh well, Eli, he's a Pro Bowl center. That's probably what's gonna end up happening. But oh well.
Donovan says, "Got to
protect Tom Brady in Tampa." Yeah, he said he said we weren't one of the teams he listed, but he was open to coming back. So just saying, something happens to Baker, we'll call up Tommy.
Yeah, get Tampa Bay another Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, right, Tampa Bay.
Well, guys, I think this is going to end our stream here. I gotta get rolling, and I was hoping for a few more guests, but I mean, we do our own good old commentary ourselves. So I mean, I appreciate Mike VA jumping on with us for just a little bit there at the beginning, and yeah.
Mike did a great job. Obviously, Jay putting this all together. Myself, give me a little pat on the back. Myself, I couldn't ask for a better draft deal going on here. And you know what? It's always archived. I mean, a lot of people do this. They're at watch parties. They're not actually streaming their thoughts. So if you want to go back and watch our thoughts, I mean, this will be up on YouTube, be up on Spotify. You can hear the whole thing. So, Jay's got to get going to work here.
Yep.
But yeah, people that did tune in, thank you. It's kind of almost like a second season for us, because we think, you'll probably like some of the content. If you liked any of the college spotlights, I think at least for May, we'll probably be doing maybe some 2025 guys to give you a preview, a serious preview of what's coming next. Like who a year from now is going to be in these same spots. A lot of these first round, second round guys. These day 1, early day 2 guys. So might delve into a few of those and maybe change it up too. Maybe put something together with Donovan and do a out of rhythm baseball stream or something. So I mean, we'll get some stuff together. We'll be on here, and and before we know, NFL season's gonna be back, and we'll be doing division previews and doing a deep dive into everything with fantasy related and doing our thing. So
yep. Well, kind of somewhere around June-ish.
Yep. So May, yeah. If you guys like spotlights, you like May, we'd be more than happy to kind of preview the next crop of guys.
Yeah,
sure.
we can probably give a little list or a little thoughts or something, and kind of go from there. But I know in June we'll kind of hit in divisional previews. That will take most of the divisional previews will pretty much take us all the way up to the fall. So yeah, we'll hit up all 8 divisions. Each of all the 4 teams, guys who we like, we don't like. We'll give our thoughts and opinions on all those, and the guys that we won't draft, guys that stay away from. So just a lot of that stuff is what you'll be looking forward to in June, and we'll actually start with the AFC East team. So we start up there, and we'll do all the AFC.
Make fun of the Patriots. That's a whole episode right there. My thoughts. My condolences to your boy Drake May from UNC.
Yeah, I'm skeptical on that, but more of that when we hit that
He
division.
took one for the team. It could have been Penix. Just saying.
But other than that, guys, I think we got to get up out of here. We appreciate everybody viewing us, all the comments that we got. If you guys haven't, go over and give us a subscribe. We would greatly appreciate that. We're on the road to 100 subs by this fall. So that's our goal, 100 subs by this fall. If you like what we do, or just put some input out there. If you guys if there's anything you guys want us to maybe cover, we could do, something for us to kind of think about, put in our logbooks, and just overall thoughts of what you guys think.
Yeah, we're open for as the Cardinals said before tonight's draft. We're open for business. So thoughts are welcome.
Yes, they are. But Donovan, you have yourself a good night too as well. Other than that, I think we're gonna get up out of here. So I'm Jamie, and that's Eli. We're from Out of Rhythm. We'll catch you guys next time. We'll let you know. All the links are in the
Rack
description.
that whip.
all of our information is in the description below. Follow me on X. Follow him on X. So, all right, guys. See you guys later.
Crotch chop.